Hello, hello, hello. What's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Fine Tuesday to you all. Good to see you, good to see you, good to see ya. Is my collection tab growing orange? No, I don't think so. I don't know. Sort of, maybe. Is that what you mean? Maybe. How is everyone today? Monster CC, Dylan Hunter, Interrupter Jones, Reindeering. How is everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Killer Pink Hair, good to see you. 7 years, good to see you as well. Hopefully everyone is having a spectacular day. Had a good weekend. Today, we're gonna play some Standard. Magic Online is down today, so we don't really have a choice but to do some marining. They are migrating the servers from Wizards to Daybreak Games. Hopefully it goes well. We'll see. I don't know. With stuff like this, I never trusted it's going to go smoothly, but hopefully it goes smoothly. But that's fine, because we're going to have some fun in Post-Meathook Standard, playing some 5 color piles. There are not 1, not 2, 3 different versions of the Kami War. We're gonna figure out which build of Kami War is actually the best. Bose Madsen, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big tip to you, thank you. Cheo Spider, installing Daybreak's version now. We'll see. Oh, is it actually up? I thought they said like 10 hours or something. I didn't know you could even download it yet. Hey, what's up, Shimuras? Unfortunately, I don't think I can do the pack opening today because I'm not set up for it, but we'll send me an email and we'll see if we can get it set up at some point. It is Kami War time. So we got 3 different versions. Cash Money Misplay, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you, thank you. We also got some really big news. Big-ish news. So Wizards announced some Oracle changes. We got to talk about this, and then we'll look at the Kami War and start playing some Magic. So the news is, little tiny news. They dropped a line off of copying legendary permanents. Doesn't actually do any. I saw some confusion about this. I saw a little bit of confusion. To explain what this change means, let's look at Spark Double, because I saw some people confused. This is not a change that actually has an impact. Essentially, if you read a card like Spark Double, what Spark Double says, skipping over the rest of the text, getting to the important part, it enters a battlefield, it copies a creature or planeswalker, and it says, and it isn't legendary if that permanent is legendary. So what Wizards is essentially doing is cutting those last 5 words. It's gonna stop at, and it isn't legendary. So it has no impact. Like, it's a redundant sentence, like saying, I copy the permanent and it's not a legend if it was a legend. Doesn't really do anything. You can just say copy a permanent and it's not legendary. If you copy a non-legend, then it doesn't matter anyway. If you copy a legend, it works the same way. So essentially, it doesn't do anything. It just cuts a few words off the card. So probably a fine change, just cleans up the wording. The more interesting changes, though, they errata landfall or updated landfall. So a lot of cards from Magic's past that had landfall but didn't actually say landfall now say landfall. I don't know if this matters though, because unlike the other mechanic that they updated, I don't think there's anything that says like when you landfall do something. So I don't think that actually makes literally any difference because there's no payoffs for landfall. The one where it does make a difference, they took a lot of cards that had unkeyworded surveil and gave them surveil. Like consider, look at the top card of your library, you can put it in your graveyard, draw a card. Now it'll just say surveil 1, draw a card, or surveil, draw a card. Contingency plan. Rather than look at the top 5 cards of your library, put any number into your graveyard, the rest on the top of your library in any order. Now it's just going to say surveil 5. So it cleans up the text a little bit, and this one might actually make a little difference. I don't think it's going to make a competitive difference, but there are several cards, like Dimir Spybug, which actually trigger off surveilling. So like Dimir Spybug, whenever you surveil, get a counter on it. In the past, if you considered, it wouldn't do anything, even though consider is technically surveilling, it just wasn't keyworded that way. Spybug cares about something literally saying surveil, not working like it surveils. So maybe we can build a sweet like budget surveil deck now with these changes. So that's the big Magic news. Also, apparently they misprinted a bunch of stuff and had to clarify a lot of the words from an unset, but at least it's an unset. So I don't know, most of them are acorn cards anyway. So that's the big Magic news of the weekend. Yeah, I would like to see more of that. What do you think of the updates to the mechanics? Like, oh, we gotta wait till they update it on Arena and Magic Online. Last I checked, the erratas weren't updated digital yet. We will definitely try a surveil deck once they do that, though. Would we like to see more of this? I feel like I tend to lean towards if if a mechanic is in existence, you might as well have it be keyworded. I know Wizards, like, one thing they try to avoid is like, okay, this set doesn't have landfall, so this card, we want a landfall mechanic on it, or a landfall ability on it, but because this set isn't a landfall set, we don't want to just add landfall to a single card, so instead we'll just write out landfall. It's exactly the same, but we're not going to put the keyword on there. I would like to see us use the keywords more. Like, if it literally is that thing, like, if it literally is landfall, just put landfall on there. I don't care if it's like the only card in the set that has landfall. That's perfectly fine with me. So hopefully we see more of that in the future. Hey, what's up, Jesse? Good to see you, Stone Raid. How are you? Good to see you. All right, anyway. Reminders. And then we talk about more stuff as we go along. Replay YouTube, that's we invite old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube, tons of stuff coming up on there. Tomorrow, we are melding Bracella and Bruna into Bracella in Pioneer for Against the Odds. It should be pretty sweet, so check that one out. There's Memer Dreams coming up. There's Historic Brawl coming up. I'm leaving for Vegas next week, so I'm trying to get as much stuff done ahead of time before I'm gone. I'm going to be gone next week and the week after. No streams for 2 weeks in a row, which I'm going to miss y'all. See, I don't know. I still would like to try to stream from Vegas. I don't know if the internet's going to actually support streaming from my phone in Vegas, but I'm going to give it a shot. Hello, sir. Question from the dark side of the moon. What happened to Moto? Moto today is switching servers. Wizards had it forever. It is switching over to Daybreak Games, who now is in control of Magic Online, even though it's still kind of attached to Wizards. So essentially, they're gonna take and switch servers today. So Moto's down. If you're a Moto player, you need to uninstall the old version. You can safely do that now. I already uninstalled mine, and you're gonna have to download a new version once it's live, which hopefully will be in a few hours. We'll see. Fingers crossed it goes smoothly. Hopefully our collections are still there. So they don't have to explain this keyword, even though reading the card would explain the keyword. Yeah, I mean, I think keywords are a nice shortcut. That's one of the reasons I'm kind of anti, a mixtape. I will look forward to a mixtape. I do love my music. That's one of the reasons I don't really like flavor words. I know Wizards, especially in Universes Beyond, they love using the flavor words, where it's like this nonsensical word that's designed to add flavor, but it looks like it's a keyword, but it's not actually a keyword. One of the reasons I dislike them is I think that keywords are actually like a meaningful shortcut. Like when you see landfall, you know what that means. You don't have to read 3 sentences of, and when a land enters the battlefield under your control, then this does this. You just see landfall and you know that if you play Magic for a while. So I would like to see more keywording. I have a Rototropic Explorer list. Ooh, I'd love to see it, not MTG. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, maybe from Infinity or Brothers War soon or Dominaria United, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/MTGGoldfish. If you get a free goldfish sticker, just let them know you want one in your order notes and they'll hook you up. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. Otherwise, merch page, tokens, t-shirts, playmats, can always support the stream and the channel and the site. Donations always appreciated, never required. $2 or more gets your message read on stream. Mono Green Stompy, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super over here. Thank you. All right, so what are we doing today? We are Cammy Warring. Kamai Warring. I don't know. I'm gonna get yelled at for how I say Cammy War. I think that's a. That always happens, but I love my 5-color piles, and we got a bunch of new domain stuff, so there are a ton of new payoffs for being a 5-color deck. So here's what we got going on. I think we're going to start with version 3, because it has Archangel Arath, and I like Archangel Arath. So what is the idea of this deck? In the early game, we're fixing our mana, we're kind of ramping, we're in the full 5 colors for the Cammy War, so that means we get Herd Migration to fix our mana, or to make beasts. We can play Unleash Inferno, even though we got a bunch of white cards in our deck, even though we got an Urtai in our deck, we got Shadow Prophecy to dig through our deck. We got Llanowar War Green Widow. I don't think we've played this before, but another sweet domain payoff is a pretty good creature that comes back from the graveyard. Leyline Binding should always be 1 mana. Workshop Warchief is our standard Thragtusk. So basically, 5-color Cammy War value stuff. The other builds are similar. They're not super different, but you can see some different choices in the deck. Like this one has Shieldred. That's why we're not playing this one first, but it has Shieldreds. It's got a Bank Buster. It's got some Celestis. It's got AO, which is a reason to play it. I do love saying AO. And then the last version of the deck, version 1, hopefully. This is probably the most controlling. It's got 4 drag to the bottom, so all in on the sweepers. It's also got ramp, in Zur in the main deck and a ton of regular bank busters. So we're going to bounce around and see. We want to see what we can do with Caviar in standard. Hey, welcome, B-Hawk. Good to see you. Good to see you. But we're going to start with V3, I think, because I do love my Archangel of Wrath. I'm still on the Archangel of Wrath trade. So I think I pretty much described the deck. The sideboard, a bunch of removal, got a Sphinx to clear skies, some counters for control of duress. So let's do some Kami. Oh man, are we going to do this again? I feel like every time we play... The one downside of playing Caviar is every time we do it, it's a pronunciation stream. We debate how to actually pronounce Caviar. Also, next week's Budget Magic, sneak peek for being here on the stream. I think I broke standard. I know it's on Arena, and Arena's economy is a little bit of a bummer. So there's more rares and mythics that I would like, but I have come to the conclusion that the World Spell is actually kind of busted. Actually really busted. Especially if everybody Titan of Industries or Hullbreak Horrors into play. Why are people not ramping in standard? I don't get it. Like, I feel like, so, okay, I was working on Budget Magic this morning. And this is the deck I was playing with. Cut the Consuming Tide. It's so bad. But other than Consuming Tide, the deck is so good. The black decks just go so over the top of what any of those decks are trying to do. They can't do anything. Once you're world spelling and putting Titans of Industry and Hullbreak Horrors into play, and we can ramp into it super quickly, and Silver Scrutiny draws us so many cards. So I'm actually like kind of surprised that no one's playing ramp style decks in standard, because I feel like they actually feast on all these black decks that people are still playing. But they can teach you how to pronounce Cami. Wait, who can teach me? anyway, that's coming up for Budget Magic. Although that deck is so fun. It is so fun. What are we playing? V3. We're starting with V3. Let's take a look at this deck. Rotodrobic for Explorer. Ooh. So I like the Jaxis synergy. Kroxa Rotodrobic is kind of absurd. That actually seems great. So you can Kroxa, get it back for free, get a copy. Oh my goodness. And then still escape it later. That synergy seems worth exploring. It is a little bit late in the game, but still, double Kroxa seems absolutely bonkers. Kaelin for the ramp. That actually looks super sweet. Looks very sweet. I like it. We will play first. I think sometimes Seth mispronounces words on purpose because it's lore friendly to the channel. Would I do that? Would I intentionally mispronounce them? Are we going to draw a green source? All right, chat, are we going to draw a green source? Let me know. Would I actually mispronounce things on purpose? Would I typo things on purpose in YouTube titles just so people will tell me that I typoed it? Would I? Oh no. Okay, you know what? Chat, avert your eyes. Avert your eyes. We're gonna pretend like the stream hasn't started yet. You can't get much lower than Mythic 85 anyway, so do I seem like that kind of person though? Would I do that? It is true. It is. Yeah. What stream? Hello. Fine Tuesday to y'all. Good to see you. What's up, Interrupter Jones? 7-year Gulag. Good to see you. Trench Gnomes. Welcome. How was your weekend? Reminders. Replay YouTube. If you're going to pretend, can you redo the intro thing I just got here? I redid. Oh, Leyline Mining Tribal. Go. One thing I will say, these pain lands are not helping with our domain. What is up with domain players and their love of pain lands that do not have land types? Like, how do we cast our Leyline Bindings with all these pain lands? Wait, so back to Kami. So I don't get yelled at. Am I actually supposed to say that? Ooh, Teamer. What is going on in Teamer? Francisco. Don't counter this, please. Wow. We have assembled all the Leyline Bindings. And we have one land type. Got him. It's been pronounced Seath the whole time in its payback. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Carmi. See, I feel a little better because all of you say it a different way too. So that makes me feel a little bit better that I'm not the only one. Boy, are we going to discard all these Leyline Bindings? What is our opponent doing? This is like Megatron. we have all 4 copies. It's the 4 of a kind. Unfortunately, we're not pokering at the moment. Oh. All right. Well, I guess we discard Leyline Bindings, sadly. Hey, it's a land type. All right, go to combat. Hit ya. About it. Taking the 2. So what are y'all playing since the... Hey, what's up? Thank you for the cheer. No, MTG. What have y'all been playing since we got the meat hook ban? Has it... So here's my question for you. Has it changed anything? Or are you just playing the same decks minus the meat hooks at this point? Which is, I think, a legitimate strategy. Fable Part 2. Ooh, Jund. Yeah, Jund is really good. I could see why you would be playing Jund. And what is our opponent up to over there? A bunch of blue mana, but not countering anything, not playing anything. Okay, the slow Fable of the Mirror Breaker, sure. Well, flip. Discard and... Wow, we had so many Leyline Bindings, and they... Oh my goodness, so many... Okay, we're going for the win. We're going for the win. Get in, hit ya. Make the treasures. It is... Oh, we need more land types. It's not even that good. I was going to Herd Migration, but I don't even know if Herd Migration is good here. Because somehow we've done all this and we don't have the land types. Let's just run out Thragtusk. Oh, the Haunting deck's so good. That deck's so much fun. How would you build Defiler Tribal? I've thought about that for just like the memes of it, but they all specifically care about their own goal. I guess it would be funny to like play every Defiler and play like Kami War for 10 life or something. It would probably make you lose, but I mean, we got a bunch of Triobes. I think maybe that was just a Painland heavy draw. Although maybe we could replace these with more Triobes. There's this weird tension between you want as many land types as possible. So you want as many Triumphs as possible, but you also need your lands to come into play untapped on occasion, or else you're gonna have a rough go of it. Installing a new Daybreak Moto. Fingers crossed everything's still there. Well, if it actually loads up, let me know. I'm curious, because I didn't think it was supposed to come back on until like tonight sometime. Defiler Charms, that could be... Oh no, they only care about permanence though. I mean, you could play... I was gonna say you play multicolor Tribal, but then your Defilers aren't actually triggering your multicolor stuff. Do you even know what our opponent's doing? What is Teamer in Standard? I don't know. When it's not a black deck, I don't know what to do. I only play against black decks still, so yeah, run it back, I guess. Losing half the triumphs made Domain sad but understandable. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever, not this standard, I don't think we'll ever have all the triumphs in the format. Ooh, well, triumph number 1. Go. Opponent. You're gonna do some bank busting. Well, I guess we get our ramp on. Llanowar Loam Speaker has not really seen any play. I ran Burn Down the House in the sideboard for Low to the Ground Werewolves in Mono Black. The ones were versatile enough. Speaking of werewolves, why does anyone play werewolves? Don't werewolves seem like they could be decent? Like, as far as aggro decks go. Run out the Green Widow. About it. What are they? Teamer Control? I'm so confused at what our opponent's deck doing. Hey, what's up, newbie? Joopy, how are you? Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Well, let's. Does this give the land haste? Let's read this. It does get haste. Okay. Yeah, let's Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Do we have even more? Okay. Oh, they're a ramp deck. All right. Someone else who believes in the power of ramping. Barbara Streisand's interested in watch your stream, so I'm here. How well known is the Streisand effect? I mean, it's kind of intuitive, right? Like, when you actually think about it, it's kind of intuitive to me. Like, if you make a big deal about something, more people are going to notice it. So it seems kind of obvious, the whole Streisand effect thing, although it is pretty interesting. It's funny that people fall prey to it. Like, I'm curious what would Streisand think was going to happen? If you don't know what the Streisand effect is, it's that someone took a picture of her house to document coastal erosion or something like 20 years ago, and like no one saw this picture. Like 4 people or something had downloaded it, and half of them were her lawyers. Like no one knew about this thing. It was not a real thing. But then she was upset about it, so she decided to file a huge lawsuit, and then she filed a lawsuit, and 500,000 people downloaded the picture in the next month. So by trying to suppress the information, she ended up making it way more doing exactly the opposite of what she wanted. If her problem was she didn't want people to see the picture, filing a lawsuit was like the worst thing she possibly could have done. Jewel Thief. All right, so opponent's got to be working towards Titan of Industry. Got to. We can kill the Hermit. What do we do here? We could double kick Archangel. We could just keep playing Fable of the Mirror Breakers. We can blitz a Thragtusk. Does the Hermit even... You know what? Let's just play the... Okay, go to combat. This is the best play. Go to combat, attack with our Goblin, get a treasure. If they block with a Jewel Thief, then we just kill both things. What do you think about the Wizards choosing not to reprint Earthbind? That's what kind of brought that whole conversation to the forefront. Oh my god, this mana. White. No, there's got to be a less painful way. White. Whatever. Red, black. All right, so Archangel. Kicker. About it. Please. Okay. No make disappear. Shoot him down. I mean, to me it seems obvious. Like, it seems obvious from Wizards' perspective that, like, what's the upside, I guess. That's how I think of it. Jonathan Snow, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. What's the reason it wasn't reprinted? Presumably the art. Although Wizards never directly clarified that. When I was thinking about it, to me it seems obvious, like, okay, it's a horrible common that's not really playable anywhere. So what's the benefit Wizards gets out of reprinting it? Probably not hardly any. Like, I was straining my brain to think of what the upside would be for them. Doesn't seem like there's a ton of upside. On the other hand, the downside is maybe someone gets upset about it and complains, or there's articles written about it. I don't know. So from Wizards' perspective, it seemed like the right choice to me, probably. Yeah. It could definitely be interpreted in a way that was exploitative of a woman. I guess it depends on how you interpret it, but if there's a chance it could be interpreted that way, and it's like a meaningless card that no one cares about, what's the real upside of taking a chance on the downside? I believe that Kami is pronounced Caw, is in Callblade, and I think you're obligated to caw every time you play Kami War. We need to do more Callblading. It's been a while. It's been way too long. How do we beat a Titan of Industry? Do we beat a Titan of Industry? All right, play the Triome. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Titan of Industry is a very good Magic card. It's pretty good. Get back the green with. I guess we could have done this at instant speed. Can't attack because there's a Titan industry. Yeah, this Tri-State effect's definitely interesting. Well, I've been thinking about it because of Earthbind. So they didn't reprint Earthbind, a card that literally, let me know, Jet, did you know that Earthbind was a card before the last week? Because I feel like, I mean, I guess I technically knew it was a card, but it's not a card that I've thought about in ever, probably. I think I like saw it when I was digging through a collection I bought forever ago or something, but it's not a card that I think is meaningful in any way. And if you're a new player, you probably don't even know what it is. So because of all the conversation about it, because they're not reprinting it in 30th edition, all of a sudden it's been being bought out everywhere and all the prices like spiked absurdly. Like I think last week it was out of all the cards in Magic, it was the card that increased the most by percentage, like up 500% or something, and just like ridiculous. So that's kind of the funny part of all this, is by trying to not reprint the card because the art is potentially interpreted in a negative way, instead it leads to a ton of people actually seeing the art, which doesn't mean I don't think that Wizards should have reprinted that art necessarily. Like I don't think that's the argument, but it is funny that that is kind of the result, that the end result is a lot of people seeing the art that Wizards presumably was trying to get people not to see. Spears Stenson, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you for you. Thank you. Well, we got a lot of bodies. Maybe we just got to go around the Titan of Industry. That might be our best bet here. Like, we got a bunch of beasts. I mean, I don't think they'd reprint original Uktabi Orangutan today, would they? I mean, the world is just different. We have learned as humans, as a society, we're in a different place than we were 30 years ago or 20 years ago. Like, and I think that's probably a good thing. But cards that maybe were in 1993 world were okay to print, maybe the same art is not going to be socially acceptable in 2023. Is it a better place? Oh, that's a huge question. I will say, I mean, overall, is it a better place? Oh my goodness. That's probably over my head for the stream. But I will say that, I mean, I don't think there's a big loss to the world from the original Earthbind art not being reprinted. That's the other silly part, is it just seems like kind of a non-issue. Like, what why would it matter? Like, it reminds me of, what if we blitz in it? You know what? Let's do it. Let's just blitz this and swing with everything and see what happens. I don't know if we win or not. It would be sweet if we did. It seems like sort of possible. Here we come. Please just die. It reminds me, so when we first started streaming, Fat Butler for this second month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. When we first started streaming, this was a long time ago now. And there was actually some controversy about calling opponent's opponent rather than he or whatever. That was actually a thing that some people are upset about. And my perspective was, like, there's no way that calling an opponent can be a downside. Like, it's correct that we are playing our opponent, and there is absolutely no downside to that. Is there? Oh, we got there. That was enough. Is it going to offend most people if I call opponent he? Because most people who play on Arena are probably male. Most people it probably won't, but there are some people that it would. So when you have the offend some people versus offend no people, and both things are exactly correct, why would you choose the offend some people option? It just never made sense to me. So I feel like that's exactly how Wizards is thinking of of these cards. Like, you have the offend no people option in not reprinting Earthbind versus the potentially offend some people option. So why would Wizards, as a company that's trying to make as much money as possible, why would they choose the option that could potentially offend people and harm their reputation or whatever, even if maybe that wouldn't even happen? Maybe that wouldn't happen. Maybe there's no chance of, you know, maybe there's little chance of that happening, but it could. There's some percent there. And look at Wizards with the reserve list. We always have these conversations, like, we always have these conversations about, like, the reserve list where we're like, well, yeah, sure, there's like some, you know, a lawsuit isn't likely to work, but there's some small chance that it could work. If you talk to the lawyers and the people who know that stuff, most of them are like, I don't think a lawsuit would actually work. Some of them say the opposite, but there's a small percentage chance that the reserve list could actually lead to some lawsuit for Wizards. It could be costly. So Wizards chooses the option that is not going to have any chance of a lawsuit, basically. Ooh, yeah, the Daybreak things is interesting. So, Daybreak Games, what is Daybreak most known for? Can you name a Daybreak Games? Can you name a Daybreak Games game? We talked about this when it first was announced, and there was like good news and bad news from what everyone said. EverQuest. EverQuest is the game they, I think, are maybe most known for, and EverQuest 2, and also H1Z1, I don't even know what that is. Some battle royale game. There was, oh, PlantSide. What? That's not even showing up on their website. What do we do here? I mean, I guess we're just running out this Angel. No kicker. Just have the body, have some pressure. Hey, what's up, Sir Robert? How are you? So Daybreak is taking over Magic Online. Not 100% clear on the details if they own it now or if they're managing it for Wizards and Wizards own it, some sort of partnership. But Daybreak they're going to be running Magic Online. From what I remember, oh, where's PlantSide? Oh, down here. Okay. I just looked right past it. From what I remember when it first happened, and correct me if you know more about this than I do, because you very well may, because I don't know much about Daybreak Games at all. What I remember everyone saying when they first announced this is Daybreak is kind of where games go to die, but they don't actually die. They just kind of live in stasis for a very long period of time. So if you're someone who's worried that Magic Online is going to literally shut down and not exist, that's unlikely to happen with Daybreak Games running it. It seems likely that Moto will continue to exist for quite a while, because that's kind of Daybreak Games' MO, is to just keep the game chugging along forever. On the other hand, if you're hoping for Magic Online to turn into Arena, let's say, and get like huge updates and groundbreaking new changes, that also is pretty unlikely at Daybreak Games. So that's what I've heard. Purgatory is a good way to put it. That's what I've heard about Daybreak Games. Well, they're going to be publishing the new Magic cards, so they're still going to be publishing expansions and so forth. But as far as like Magic Online V4, where we have, you know, this brand new battlefield that looks more like a arena or something like that, that might be less likely. Well, I think we leyline binding. Get rid of Shieldred. I mean, maybe that's not true. Then we get to fire up this mountain. Kill the Kaido. And pass turn. I mean, they did announce some stuff. They did say over the next 1 to 3 years, I believe they said, they're looking to add 2-factor authentication, which is something we've asked for Magic Online forever. Like, people have tens of thousands of dollars in their Magic Online account, and there is like very minimal security. So that would be a good change. They talked about adding auto tapper, which would be sweet. Like some of the features from Magic Arena, like automatically tapping, automating some things, that could be sweet. We'll see how quickly it happens, or if it happens. Some of those are things like the 2-factor authentication. That's been something people have talked about for, I don't even know, 10 years or something, and it's still never happened. But yeah, we are kind of thrag toe scoring. We have not seen a Kami War. like at all yet. Well, play the Sulphurous Break. I think we Green Widow to play around the counters. I mean, we got through a Kaido. How does two-factor authentication work? Kind of like a Google account or something where you can get a code to your phone. If there's a login from a weird place, it would be connected to like your phone or whatever, your email, and they would ping you and be like, hey, was this actually you that logged in from whatever, from Las Vegas, from Nevada, even though you're normally in New York? Like, yeah, just an extra line of security to keep someone from like finding your password on some whatever, some leak, and then stealing all the cards from your account or whatever. Yeah, Discord, I mean, honestly, most places have it now, and especially places that you have actual money in your account, like your Steam account or whatever. They have two-factor authentication, right? Like if you're spending hundreds of dollars on digital products, you kind of want that security, because it would be like right now, the way Moto's set up, everyone knows your username, especially if you do any sort of content or streaming. So like everyone knows I'm Saffron Olive. So what that means technically is if anyone figured out what my password was, or there was some leak and it got out somehow, or a hack of WotC, someone could just like log into my account and trade all the cards to another account, and I would just be out of luck. There would literally be nothing I could do. It would be that simple. Just like somehow getting the password is all it would take. Well, let's go to combat, do some attacking. I mean, so far this deck's been working. Hey, what's up, lots of spaghetti? How are you? Yeah, I believe they said that Moto, so they're doing the server migration now. I believe they said it was supposed to be like 8 o'clock tonight or something. It was going to be back on, and then hopefully by tomorrow everything would be back up and running. They're going to phase in, like when it first comes back, no leagues, no trading, then the leagues will come back, then the trading will come back, something like that. I feel like our opponent has a counter, or they would be wait, so if we play Proving Grounds, we have all of our land types. Opponent has 3 cards in hand. All right, we're just gonna pass. We're doing fine. We don't need to run our Thragtusk into a counter. Forza, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Do you know what a spittoon is? Is that what a boat floats on? Or is that a thing you spit in at a wine tasting? I guess I have no idea. What is a spittoon? Splatoon. Fable of the Mia Breaker. I know that at least Jim Davis has been complaining about Arena always skipping straight to the draw step. It's an issue. Usually you have an opponent pass through your turn, you be able to have time to react to Arena. Just rushes you to draw step. That is true. That's something that's become super relevant because of Sheoldred in specific. And it is kind of frustrating. Like, I don't know how exactly it works, but it's almost like you have to click the stop during your opponent's, at least their second main phase. If you try to do an end of turn and there's like a trigger going on the stack, there's almost no chance that it's going to register. So yeah, that is an actual annoying thing. But I know what the solution is. Like, I guess the ideal solution is maybe if Arena knew that there was a Sheoldred on your opponent's battlefield and they knew you had an instant in hand, they just automatically stop on your upkeep. I don't think you wanted to automatically stop on your upkeep every time because that would slow the game down a lot. You have to click it before the end of the phase, before end phase. Yeah, it's something like that. I've definitely missed it many times. So much extra Sheoldred damage taken for no reason. Oh, we found it. We actually found the Cameo. Okay. That's good. Go to combat. Attack you with everything. See what our opponent does. We're probably not going to call me into the counter, though. We'll see. Opponent's going to block with a Valve Sleeve. If our opponent taps down. Okay, still has 2 mana up. That's it. Huh. Well, play the land. The other thing is they could just be leaving 2 mana up because of this Bank Buster. So maybe we're playing around counters for no reason, but I think we're going to continue to do it. Yeah, let's just War Chief. Thragtusk time. If our opponent wants to sack their Goblin to counter it, then I guess that's a win. I mean, we got good stuff to do that doesn't require playing into the counter, so... I mean, that's a win. We got rid of the Goblin. Opponent's down to 1 cards. We played around the counter, and now the Caw can come down and wreck it. We will not auto pay. I mean, now our opponent needs to draw another counter. They're losing to the Angel, and we have 2 legit bombs in hand. Opponent gets to do some looting. Can they find more answers? That is, wow, discard 0. Ooh, what is their hand if they discarded 0? Draws with regular Bank Buster. Treasure. Land. Huh? Why? Wait. They had a chance to loot. They had 2 lands in hand and they kept them and then cycled it instead of... They do know that discarding to Fabled Mirror Breaker is like cycling without spending any mana, right? Ermy! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you. Well, they played one too, right? They played a land and cycled a land. So they had to have at least 1 in hand when Fable triggered. They could have drawn 1 off Bank, but I mean, I don't know. We're gonna hit him with the Angel, and then we're gonna start casting Cammy Wars and hope that some of them resolve. Moons, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoop for you. Thank you, thank you. Would you like to pay the 3? Yes. Daddy Floss. Yes, my fairly dose of Seth Jake, my favorite. Hey, Daddy Floss, welcome to the Fishbowl. They tapped out, and they. Okay, we don't mind that going back to hand. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And wow, not scooping it up. Boom. Love that Fable the Mirror Breaker. You're going. They bounce the Angel and whew. What MTG plane would you most like to visit on vacation? Ooh, if this counts, the answer is probably Sarah's Realm. Just go chill with all the Angels. It seems peaceful. Like, if you're going to go on vacation, a lot of Magic planes are full of war, werewolves, Eldrazi. There's a lot of messed up stuff going on in most of those planes. Sarah's Realm. Just go hang out with the Angels. Have a nice week off. I mean, what other planes? Oh, it's been... Oh. See, I don't know the lore well enough. In that case, if it's been destroyed... Yeah, Kaladesh wouldn't be bad. Ravnica, depending on what set, would probably be all right. Decaf Cafe. Lorwyn's got some creepy characters. Those Kithkin. Do you really want to spend your vacation hanging out with Kithkin? I know Richard would, but Zendikar, you could go on a nice adventure vacation. If you're like a outdoors person, you want to go rock climbing and stuff, Zendikar's the place to be. But what if you just want to chill on the beach? What's the plane to go? Let's say I want to just kick back on the beach under a coconut tree, have a drink. What plane do I go to? Jesus Zilla, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super here. Thank you. Thank you. Ixalan, you get eaten by a dinosaur. Captured by a pirate. Lots of things can go wrong in Ixalan. Yeah, Capenna, you could just, yeah. And they don't have any police, right? We learned that. That was one of the criticisms of the set. You know what? Let's just continue to cast Cammy Wars. Blow up your Bank Buster. Well, we're cammying. Well, okay, let's flip it. Worst plane. Worst vacation plane. Danavar, welcome to the Fishbowl. First time sub, thank you for your subscription. Big super for you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What's the worst plane to go on a vacation? Probably Sarah's Realm, why it's being destroyed. New Phyrexia. Yeah, Mirrodin. Yeah, Mirrodin would be a bad one. Could you imagine being on vacation in Mirrodin and all of a sudden you just get oiled? get Phyrexianized. Where's this? There was a website. So we did a planner week on. We did a planner week on Commander Clash. Whoa, double obs. I don't think that beats double Cammy War, but still. We did a planner week on Commander Clash. We're gonna do a planner quiz here in a minute after this game. Yeah, Innistrad would be one of the worst. Yeah, Innistrad's always in a state of chaos. Hamzuki, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, bouncing up. Flip the Cammy War. Archangel of Wrath. Oh, we don't have double kicker? That's awkward. We just need our opponent to die. All right, let's just do it this way. Herd Migration. Make some 5/5s. Your go, Ob. Hey, what's up, the Neon Kid? Good to have you. I have no dad. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to you. Remind me, after this match, we're gonna look at some planes. Some of them I'd never even heard of. That's why I went with Sarah's Realm, because I learned about it on this website that apparently has all the planes. Well, I was trying to come up with a creative deck for Planner Week. Maybe we need. Wow. Now I think you've inspired me. Magic Plane Vacation tier list. That sounds like a YouTube video if I've ever heard of one. Which plane would I most like to take vacations on? Yeah, that could be a funny video. Y'all should start making Magic content. You have all these wonderful ideas. Plane tier list. The problem is, what would plane tier list be? Would it just be like the planes I like the most based on the cards that come from them, or is it something more than that? Is there more to it than, oh, I like this plane. This plane had a card I liked from it. Would you watch a tier list stream? That's something I've been wondering about, because I really want to do a video. Oh my god, it's so much work. I've started working on it and it is just so much work. But I really want to do a video ranking every planeswalker. Did you know there's almost like 300 planeswalkers now? There's like 300 planeswalkers. It's gonna be like a 3-hour video or something to try to rank all the planeswalkers. But we could do like a planeswalker tier list stream or something, and then just upload it to YouTube. Maybe that would be the way to do stuff like that. Yeah, and then you all could. Oh, we could do chat voting, so you could be part of it too. I actually really like that. We're gonna have to experiment more. Like we always just do gameplay. There's been very few. Oh my god, we got a sideboard quicker. There's been very few exceptions. There's been very few exceptions to us just doing gameplay on stream. We just do gameplay, but it could be interesting to. It could be interesting to do some other things like tier lists. So with planeswalkers, and I'm sure I miscounted, I have a list of 225 planeswalkers. I'm pretty sure when I was going through the list, I had like a Johnny Call to the Pride on there 4 times. So I'm pretty sure I messed it up and there's actually more than that, because I don't know how I have that many Johnny Call to the Pride. So there were some duplicates that I messed up. So there's 225 plus, I don't know, 10 that I probably messed up. And then I was oh yeah, dude, just chatting stream. And then that was not including Planeswalker deck Planeswalkers. Because I was thinking of leaving out the Planeswalker deck Planeswalkers. But if we're really going to rank every Planeswalker, we got to have the Planeswalker deck Planeswalkers. So I think if you add in Planeswalker deck Planeswalkers, It's got to be close to 300. 275? 275 with no duplicates. Whew. The real question is, does Tybalt come in below or ahead of the Planeswalker deck Planeswalkers? I think the tournament legal Infinity ones I would add to the ranking. Like Urza's Head or whatever, I don't think there's any point in ranking Urza's Head since you can't play it anywhere. But the ones that are actually playable, then I think it would be worth adding them to the ranking. Well, I guess we just pass. We only have one black source. It'd be nice if we had more, but I think we just pass. We can Shadow Prophecy or Unleash the Inferno, depending on what our opponent does. So rank them, so like rank all of the Jaces together, rank all of the Karns together, or whatever. That would make it a little more practical. 275 is a big no. Like even if you went through each one of those in 1 minute. Yeah, let's Shadow Prophecy. If they counter it, we can get a pretty nice blowout, I think, where we... Well, I just let it go. Well, Fable the Mirror Breaker. And... Yeah, let's take black mana. We kind of want another black source. Plus, we mill the Green Widow and can get it back. Duress you. What you got going on over there, opponent? All right, make disappear. Get rid of that. Fable the Mirror Breaker. If you want to sack your Hermit, go for it. Opponent does want to sack their Hermit. I mean, that means they don't get to draw with the Bank Buster. Play the Proving Ground past the turn. Well, maybe I'll try a tier list stream sometime. That could be fun. So what would be the top 3 Planeswalkers? Let's assume that we're ranking them together. So Jace is all of the Jaces. Karn is all the Karns. What would be the top 3 and bottom 3 Planeswalkers? Or let's go top 3. Let's go top 3. It actually gets trickier, I think, when you add them all together, because like Ren is probably one of the strongest. Like Ren in 6 is one of the best Planeswalkers ever printed. If you were just ranking them individually, I think that Ren would be very high, like top 5 probably, top 10 for sure. But there's only 2 Rens. And one of them doesn't even see playing standard anymore. So how do you rank 2 Rens against like Jace, where Jace the Mind Sculptor, maybe not quite as good as Ren, but it's very good. But you also got Jace Beleren, you got Jace Architect of Thought, a bunch of other standard legal Jaces, a couple of bad ones, but like 10 Planeswalkers altogether or whatever. That would actually be pretty interesting to try to sort through all of that. Well, play the land. Our 5-color deck is having mana trouble. Who would have guessed? Well, kill the Goblin. Opponent draws a card. The question is, what do we kill now? I guess Fable's probably better still. Kill the Fable. Oh, we're at 9? Oh my god, we're dying. Oh, yeah, I haven't... Guess we need to pay more attention to our life total. We are actually very close to being dead here. Teferi, I think, would be up there. Oko, I mean, there's only one, but it is the best Planeswalker of all time. I think Oko, if you're just ranking them individually, Oko would be number 1, right? It would have to be. I think, like, what was my... I actually did a whole ranking of this. I will pull up the spreadsheet and show you. So, you know, I did a ton of... I've actually put, like, hours and hours of work into this, and now I don't even know if I'm going to actually use it. I even started writing. Here's what I had. Tell me where I'm wrong. Oh, my goodness. We're so close to dead. Thankfully, we do have... Workshop. So this gains 3. Is that even enough? White. Are we just dead here? Are we dead? So this gains 3. Blocks here. We live, probably. Archangel, we have to tap this. We shoot down this. We go up to 4, but we have the lifelinker. Maybe that's better? But we don't get to duress. Yeah, all right, Workshop War Chief. Save us, Thragtusk! Save us, Thragtusk. Unfortunately, it's a Thragtusk that only gains us 3 life, which is not as much as original Thragtusk. I will show you my Planeswalker rankings in a minute, and you can tear them apart. Yeah, I guess this is more resilient to removal. Although, if they have removal, they kill Loam Speaker and we die, right? I think. Because then we only have 1 blocker and we take 5. So I think we're dead to removal no matter what. Hey, what's up, Pickle Guy? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Minsk is tough because it's so new. Although it has made a immediate big impact on older formats. It might be the best Planeswalker in Legacy currently. Oh, Sheoldred, that's a lethal threat. Yeah, you figured it out, opponent. Well, actually, okay, they crew. All right, they did figure it out. Well, that's an unfortunate draw. All right, so opponent Grixis control. Maybe the duresses aren't worth it. Yeah, maybe duress is maybe it's a trap. Maybe we just need to go power for power. Let's bring in another Unleash the Inferno. Keep the Green Widow. Keep the Shadow Prophecy. Bring in the Tear Asunder. No duresses. No duresses. Actually, maybe we got to stay down the Green Widow, though. Yeah, actually, let's go down a Herd Migration. Run it like that. We would have gained 2. We could have kicked, but we would have had to tap our mana dork to kick it because we didn't have enough white mana. But we would have gained 2 from the kicker and had a 3/4 lifelinker, but I think it leaves us. I mean, with our opponent drawing the Sheoldred, I think we're done no matter what. Well, with the Sheoldred and them crewing the vehicle, we just take 5 right away. We block the 4/4 and the 3/2 and then take 2 and 3. So we immediately just take 5. I really like Garruk Apex Predator, but at 7 mana, okay, here's my working Planeswalker list. And this was based mostly on 60 card formats, I will say. So not really super focused on Commander, but a little bit. So number 1, Oko Thief of Crowns. I think that's, I don't even know if there's even an argument against Oko number 1. I don't really think so. Number 2, Jace. That might be overrating Jace in 2022. It's such an iconic card, though, that it feels right to have it very high. Although, as far as how much play it sees now, Jace at number 2 is probably sketchy. Ren, I mean, maybe deserves to be above Jace even. It is Man in Legacy. Teferi, black. Karn, black. Maybe this is the list of the Planeswalkers I hate. Honestly, on this top 10 list, Oko was miserable. Then it got banned. Jace is fine. Ren is kind of miserable. But not as miserable as Teferi or Karn or Narset. Like these 3 here, oh my goodness. 3 of the most miserable. And Ugin in Standard was miserable. Wandering Emperor is fine. Liliana's fine. Teferi. Why are all the most miserable Planeswalkers very high on our list? This top 10 list is like top 10 Planeswalkers I wish were never printed. You like Narset? Oh, I hate Narset. I hate Narset with a passion. The problem I have with Narset is it's just such a miserable gotcha card. Opponent. Combat. Hits us. Sure. We will take it. Why did they not level up? Oh, there goes our Fable. That's a bummer. We needed that, opponent. We had plans for that. Time Time Raveler isn't really useful outside of Commander, though. Time Raveler is, like, pretty much a modern staple at this point. So, yeah, I think Time Raveler is actually, like, it's very good. Well, without the Fable of the Mirror Breaker, this hand gets so much worse. So much worse. Opponent, opponent, opponent. I still get got by Narset sometimes. Those static abilities, they still get me. Opponent gonna level up the sleeper. Gets in down to 17. Tenacious underdog. Well, there's a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Yeah, let's play it. That's one way to get around the duress, I guess. We'd love to get full value out of this Unleash Inferno. Have our opponent play a Fable or something, but... Hey, what's up, Bear? How are you? Good to see you, good to see you. War was sweet. It's got the best... You know what another fun video would be ranking Magic advertising trailers. It would definitely be the S tier, double S, would be that MTG Invitational ad from the 90s. Oh, that is like the cringiest. Oh my goodness. It is the... Wow. Sure. Sure. I don't even know what we want to do now. Discard and discard. Try to find some immediate action. Urtai A. I'll play the land. Paris under the underdog. Pass the turn. Yeah, War of the Spark and Eldraine would be top tier for me. I think the Eldraine trailer was really good. The Eldraine one with the gingerbread couple. Oh wait. Hey, oh, we're gonna lose because of that, aren't we? Oh, it just happened. That was exactly what we were talking about. Oh, this 2 shoulder damage that we should not be taking. Oh, just arena things. Well, play the land. Unleash the Shieldred. Play the Loam Speaker. Oh, if we lose by 2 damage, I'm blaming Wizards. Oh, the Day 9 and Danny Trejo one was really good too. Eldraine might be my overall favorite though. Eldraine was so good. Opponent getting in. Okay. Do your worst, I guess. Opponent levels up. And levels up. Down to 4. Not a lot of life. Where's our Cami Wars? Oh. This is actually pretty good, isn't it? Workshop War Chief. And then copy Workshop War Chief. And then smack ya a bunch. Yeah, that's a combo. Why did people not play more Workshop War Chiefs? Get it what the Thrag does. So opponent gets to keep drawing cards, but we're back up to 10. We're gonna get a Rhino. They can block the Valve Sleeper. We got an Urtine Reserve. Yeah, this is the Kami War deck. We haven't drawn the Ka. A lot of me's, not many Ka's. And opponent done. Okay, so we've been waiting. We're gonna talk about this. We're up to 2-0 though. The deck's kind of working. Standard is, I really like this standard. As much as you play a ton of black decks, I think this is one of the best standards we've had in a while. Okay, Planes. Where would we go on vacation? Also, what are these? So Alara, not a great vacation spot, I don't think. Amonkhet, well, I don't know. If you're into Egyptian stuff, it might be cool. Archivos, I don't even know what this. Oh, this is Strixhaven. Yeah, not too underpowered for me. The Blind Eternities, is that actually a plane? Although there's no official name, the space between planes in the multiverse is what Planeswalkers often refer to as a blind. Oh, so that's like the wormhole or whatever in between everything. So you probably can't really vacation there. Wait, Amonkhet's dead? Oh, well, at least we're not gonna go back there. Dominaria would be fine. That's a classic. Eldraine would be whimsical. A whimsical vacation. Equilor, I don't even. One of the oldest planes at the farthest reach of the multiverse. Equilor is known for all, unknown to all but the most tenacious planeswalkers. Once visited by a planeswalker Urza. Oh, this is like it was in the lore a long time ago plane. I didn't even know that was a thing. Babican. See, a lot of these feel, oh, see, so it's got like plane shift stuff. All right, that's less. Floria, Forgotten Realms. That's not really Magic. Did you know that there was a Hell Plane or the Abyss or the Pet? I almost built that for Planner Week for Commander Clash. I didn't realize that was technically a plane, or it's considered a plane. Ikoria, you get eaten by dinosaurs, mutated. Innistrad, always a mess. Aquanta, I also don't really know what, very little known about it, but it was on a plane shift card. Ire, little is known about it, but it was on a plane shift card. They should exclude the plane shift ones that we don't know anything about. The Meditation Realm, that sounds like a good vacation spot. A Surreal and, oh, Nebulous. Nebulous, you probably don't want Nebulous associated with your vacation. I'm going on a Nebulous vacation. The Meditation Realm was one of the first places visited by Nicol Bolas and his brother Ugin, home to the ever-shifting typography and natural portals to other planes. That would probably be actually kind of fun, I guess. Fun and nebulous. Wait, where's the beach plane? Lorwyn Shadowmoor. This one? Mirrodin. Not Mirrodin. Wait, I'm not seeing a beach here. Lorwyn Shadowmoor, Kaldheim, Phyrexia, New Phyrexia, New Capenna, the Plain of Mountain. I mean, that sounds perfect. The Plain of Mountain and Seas. A little known about it. But the Plain of Mountain and Seas would probably be good if we knew more about it. Aurelia, huh. I wonder how many of these planes we'll actually visit. Like, do you think Wizards' long-term plan is all these planes that we clicked on that are like, we don't know anything about it, it was mentioned in a plane shift card. Do you think we'll actually go to those planes eventually? Yes, we are melding. The meld that crushed the poll last week. So tomorrow for Against the Odds, we're melding. All right, where would you on vacation IRL? So moving from the multiverse into the real world. You have unlimited funds, free travel, free everything. Where do you go? What would your choice be for your dream vacation? Bean World? Bean World? Is that a real place? Kamigawa. So many of these places are still Magic places. New Zealand would be interesting. South Korea, the moon. What do you know on the moon though? I mean, could hang out with the aliens, I guess. The moon people. Yeah, the moon would be boring, right? I feel like the moon would be boring. Would you go to space if you could? And not just like we went really high in the sky near space. Like if you could actually like go into space, would you do it? I don't know if I would. I mean, space is intriguing, but I don't know if I actually want to go there. I do a classic Renaissance Grand Tour. That sounds interesting. That sounds very interesting. Whichever plane looks most like Scotland. Oh, a Delver deck? Uh-oh. Well, Confidence draining. I think this might be our first loss. Once we lose with a version of Kami War, then we got to switch to the next version. Space is cool, but it's pretty dangerous. Yeah, it would have to be one of the most dangerous vacations, right? It would have to be. Oh. Yeah, if I could go to the Futurama amusement park on the moon, hang out with the Crushinator. I mean, I guess it's true we are floating in space. I was meaning like non-Earth space. Oh my god, what was this trivia? So it was my grandmother's 80th birthday last weekend. So we did a little birthday party, and one thing my grandmother loves is crossword puzzles. So I always try to do a crossword puzzle with her. And there was this bit of trivia in the paper that said the middle of the Milky Way, it tastes like rum and smells like something equally absurd that I can't remember. How do they know? How do they know who went to the middle of the Milky Way? And how do you taste it? How do you taste the Milky? The whole concept of that just kind of blew my mind. Like, first off, how do you know that? Second off, if you do know that, why did you spend your life raspberries? Exactly. You're right. It was, wow. Did you do that crossword puzzle? Why would you spend your time researching that? Out of all the knowledge you could add to humanity, you're like, huh, I wonder what the middle of the Milky Way, what does it taste like? What does it smell like? Does it smell like raspberries? How can I construct an experiment to figure out what the middle of the Milky Way tastes like? About it. Considers. Yeah, we're gonna die to these Delvers. Our opponent is very good at flipping Delvers. And we know they have March of Swirling Mist to protect their Delvers. And this is why Delver is like this sleeper deck that no one ever plays but should play more. Well, I mean, I guess this could help. We can't kick it, but a 3/4 lifelinker is something, although it still just gets phased out. So I don't think it's enough of something to actually matter. Opponent's on the 2-land all-action hand. I mean, if that's a thing we know, what does the middle of other galaxies taste like? I mean, if that is knowable, then I'm intrigued. I want to know more. Maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way, and my problem isn't why are we researching what the middle of the Milky Way tastes like? Why aren't we researching what other galaxies taste like? There could be a way more tasty galaxy to live in. I hadn't thought of it that way. Cons. I don't feel like cons would be a great vacation spot. Too much war, too much violence. I don't think you don't really want to go to like a war-torn country on vacation. I'm sure there's very good things you could do and like help out and do positive things, but when I think of vacation, I don't think war-torn. Too many dragons, too many Sarkans. Opponent. Who would you take on vacation with you? So you get to go on your dream Magic vacation. You get to take a Magic a Planeswalker or another Magic character with you. Who do you invite? Who's your +1 on your magical vacation? Oh, okay. Wow, our opponent is doing this in a way that we can live somehow. I don't know why or how, but our opponent managed to flip 2 Delvers on turn 2, but I guess their mana troubles have made them take risky lines. If they just sat on their protection... Oh! Oh, do we have the colors? Do we have all the colors? Red, white, black. Oh, Cabby War, Cabby War, Cabby War. Yes! Get rid of that haughty Jin. Wow, that's so good. That is so good. About it. We might be winning this. Oh, and they run it out anyway. They run it out anyway. Right into the face of the Cabby War. Oh, how are we winning this? How are we possibly winning this game? I thought we were 100% dead when they flipped those two Delvers. They flipped him early too. About it. Wow, the comeback. The callback. About it. Yeah, so now our opponent, because they ran this out and didn't read the Call Me War, they priced themselves into, I think, March's Twirling Mist, pitching one of their cards, and it's not even gonna, I mean, I guess they can bounce it and try again. And now that we do Leyline Binding, it's not even gonna work. Wow, what a blowout. Oh, they're gonna phase it out and we're gonna get, oh my god. Oh, would you like to phase out your haughty Jin? Well, let's do a little binding. Yeah, that resolves. Let's run out a Reaching Green Widow. Pass the turn, and the tides have turned. About it. The haughty Jin, not enough. Thirst for discovery, desperation mode. And if you play the Delver deck, this is where you don't want to be. You want to be ahead. You want to be forcing your advantage. You do not want to be facing down Green Widows and flipping Call Me Wars. Found it. Considers. These are the tilt considers. These are the how am I possibly losing this game consider. Well, I'll hit you with the Green Widow. Do a little cycling. Do a little, well, we'll leave, all right, play a Jetmir's Guard, pass the turn. About it. Ooh. Did you see that EDH Rec did their new salt score? Opponent, come on now. Come on, just die, opponent. EDH Rec did their new salt score. I wanted to ask you about something on it in specific. We're also going to do a Commander Clash podcast on it, where we all talk about it as a group, which I think is next week's podcast. Lore question. Once someone has been completed, can they ever be uncompleted? Or are we stuck with Robo, Johnny, and Tamio forever? It's a good question. I don't know if that's clarified. I'm not a lore expert. Maybe someone who knows more about lore than I do knows. I don't think we know. Although, I will say, do you think they're going to get rid of a Johnny and Tamio forever? Probably not. So my guess is they will be uncompleted. They'll drain their oil somehow, whatever happens, and they'll be fine. Get an oil change, exactly. All right. Well, Green Widow, you. About it. Oh, I don't even think we play the call here. Wait, is Gideon gone forever? I mean, Elspeth was gone forever, right? But ooh, did you? I didn't realize I fell down the magic rabbit hole a little bit. Or the iceberg. I don't know if you've ever seen the iceberg posts about things where it starts with like the common information at the top of the iceberg, the iceberg meme. There's a couple of magic ones. One of them that I didn't know that I thought was interesting is apparently there's like a conspiracy theory that Dak Faden isn't really dead. Remember Dak was like killed during the War of the Sparks stuff, right? Wasn't it Dak that was like stabbed in that video in the trailer? I didn't realize people don't think that he's actually dead. They think it's all a ruse because he's the greatest thief in the multiverse. So there's no way that he would actually have been killed in that way. That's the theory. That's the theory that There's no way the greatest thief in the multiverse could actually have been killed in a trailer. Well, let's cycle. I don't know if I buy it because we haven't seen him again yet. So I'm assuming he actually really is dead, but this is Marvel rules. In Magic, only Elspeth never dies. Elspeth gets to come back any number of times, but if it's Venser, a planeswalker that I like, nope, once in, it's over forever. My wife's 7 weeks preggo. After trying for over a year, we chose Beeble as a placeholder name for the embryo so we can keep it on the DL. So happy. Congratulations. That is amazing. Super happy for you. Wow, trying for over a year. That's gotta be so exciting after such a long journey. Beeble is like the perfect placeholder name. Oh, that's so awesome. Max Remo, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. I hate that random matchmaker. I swear they only pair me with decks specifically built to nerf mine. There's a problem. I've heard that conspiracy theory before as well, Max Rebo. You're not the only one that thinks that. The problem is, what about your opponent? If Arena is intentionally pairing you with your worst matchups, what is there, like a whitelist or something where the opponent is intentionally getting paired with their best matchups? Because if you're getting your worst matchup, someone else is getting their best matchup. So how do you get on the whitelist other than being LSV, obviously? But other than that, like how do you get on the good list? Like give you your good matchups. I do miss Venser. Venser is still like one of my favorite planeswalkers. Ooh, I made some new commander decks. I'm actually super excited. So I was trying to get my decks together for Vegas because I actually have to play paper Magic. Delver. We're playing Delver. I get so distracted. Oh, that's not a lot of time. Okay, so Green Widow's good. Terra Sunder's fine. Go down to Herd Migration. No Urtai. Unleash Inferno's a little expensive. Probably go down to Kami War. Oh, 9 seconds. 9 seconds. 9 seconds. Not many seconds. All right, 2 Kami Wars. Run it like that. But I think I came across a sweet one. So I had a Brago. Oh, opponent scooped it up. The win streak continues. Almost back in the 90s. Kami War broken. When do I leave for Vegas? I leave next Tuesday. So yeah, it's gonna get a little weird content wise. No streams after this week. No streams for 2 weeks in a row. Because I'm gonna be at Vegas doing Vegas stuff for a week, and then I'm staying in Vegas a couple extra days and doing vacation-y stuff since I'm going out there anyway. So that is the plan. So I will be back though. I will be back. Stream from Vegas. Yeah, I wanted to stream from the event, to stream just like walking around the event, seeing what it was like for people that weren't there. If the internet holds up, I will hopefully do it. A week in Vegas will age someone. Yeah, really? Are we doing Zur? Yeah, let's try the Zur build. Which one had Zur? So that was V3. We went 3-0 with V3. 3-0, so that's a pretty ringing endorsement. This one does not have Zur. It does have AO. Boy, AO and Kami were in the same deck. So many Kamigawa cards I can mispronounce. Maybe we should play that one just for the mispronunciation equity. This one, the kind of control-y one. All right, Kami War version 1. The difference is actually pretty staggering. So, no Angels, no Thragtusk. Instead, this is kind of like the most controlling, I would say, of the builds. 4 Bankbusters in the main deck. Zur to turn Kami War into a creature, Leyland Binding into a creature, a whole bunch of sweepers, all the drag to the bottoms, and more triomes. This one you can see only a few pain lands, still a bunch of basics for Herd Migration, but way more triomes, way more tap lands. So this is more of like a slower plotting, more control-y build. So let's try Kami War V1, see if is Zur Is Zur the best way to do it? I think it's actually something like "ow." Yeah, I think that's the correct pronunciation. But AO is just, that's so much fun to say. I blame wizards. If you're gonna make words like that, you gotta make them less fun to say. Wait, is this V1? I already forgot which one we were talking about. V1, okay. Kami War next version. Can we keep it going? Boom. It does kind of sound like that, doesn't it? You like you like you tell a dirty joke and you're like, "Ayo." Is there gonna be a Goldfish Crew fan meetup outside Magic 30 for peeps not attending? That's the plan, although details have not been finalized yet. But I believe the plan is that there will be a time in Vegas where we will meet up with people somewhere, maybe outside the event, so somewhere where you don't have to pay to get in into the actual event if you're someone who's there but doesn't want to actually spend the absurd prices to get in. Yes, that is the idea. So I will let you know as it gets closer. Definitely keep an eye on like the Goldfish social media, Twitter, also my Twitter. I'll try to give updates. But yeah, one of the days we're gonna set aside an hour or two where we can meet up with people who didn't actually go into the event, just to sign stuff or take some pictures or whatever. We thought, I considered like trying to rent a place to actually get people together. But then I didn't know how that would actually go over if it was during the event. We'll run our own Magic 30 with blackjacks and apparently you can't say the rest of that quote anymore because the end of it is not the proper terminology. Bender. But yes, we will try to set up a meetup. What did they name with this? A braid. Interesting. Well, I mean, in that case, I think we just do a little stomping. I mean, I think we just set up the sweep here. Stomper. Get a black source. And I mean, we should just be able to sweep the board, right? Get rid of all this stuff. We got 2 drag to the bottoms. Opponent. So I'm not sure what the plans are. So the Goldfish Crew. Oh, the Phyrexia Leagues. I should look those up. I will give you fair warning before I put them on stream, but yeah, we should look at those and talk about those. I did see them. We haven't talked about them. Yeah, I think so. The Goldfish Crew is getting out there a couple days before the event to do, well, hang out, I guess. Team building, Goldfish team building, which will probably be hanging out and playing Magic. But we're getting out there a couple days before the event, and then we're going to the event, obviously, on the weekend, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do. Fable the Mirror Breaker. Hopefully play some poker. I do like playing poker, and oh, are they playing the Angel? Oh, it's not our Angel deck. We did not have all those cards. Do we just keep dragging them? I guess we just keep dragging them. Actually, so we discard this. We get a land. Maybe there's a better way of doing this. Can we let our opponent live for a turn? If we let him live, we can sweep this away. All right, let's do it this way. Herd Migration. Discard. Get the island. Destroy evil. Get rid of Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Brackener Bank Buster. Go. Of the fake accounts. Wait, I'm so confused. Oh, yeah. Boy, those, yeah, the Telegram thing on YouTube. Please don't click on those. It is a scam. Oh no, this lets the Archangel live. That's awkward. It is a scam. I guess this is fine, actually. We get to drag to the bottom. Oh, this is good. Drag to the bottom. Kill a bunch of stuff. Pass the turn. Yeah, this works. I keep forgetting that drag to the bottom is 1 plus the land types. I was thinking we were going to have to get rid of this wedding announcement, but we don't. Yeah, the Telegram thing, I go through on an almost daily basis and report the account and block them from the site. But then they just make a new account and do it again the next day. So it's definitely like the whack-a-mole thing, because it's just, there's no security to keep someone from making an account, which I guess is what you want on YouTube. You want anyone to be able to watch. But that is, oh no. Oh no, that's not a lot of life. That's not a lot of life at all. That's concerning. Well, the power of Archangel of Wrath is showing through. I mean, I guess we just drag him again. Drag him past the turn. Oh, now I'm wishing we had the Thragtusk. This build, I don't know. Game 1, not having Thragtusk already makes it feel, in some ways, worse, and like we might be dying. Opponent, Anointed Peacekeeper. Yeah, 1 life is not many. That's not a lot of life. Also a reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/MTG Goldfish. Good afternoon, Seth. Have you built Rith Liberated Primeval in Historic Brawl or Commander? I have not played Rith. I have not played Rith anywhere yet. I think we played it a little bit on stream. But I have not built it in Commander yet. Oh yeah, that was my Commander story. So I'm kind of excited to try it. I built a couple new decks. I had a... All right, so we do this to get rid of the Peacekeeper. And then we abrade the token. And then we Bank Buster draw. Get it. The problem is they're going to hit another Angel eventually. And once they do, I don't even know if we got any life gain in our deck. Run out the Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Did not die to our Pain Land, which is good. Pass the turn. But we need some life. They're going to hit an Angel and just burn us out. We have been on the other side of this many times. 2 of them are down, but there's more in the deck, I assume. Opponent. Don't kill us. Don't kill us. But I had a Brago deck, and I found that Brago was a bit unfun. People don't like playing against Brago. So I took the Brago deck and split it apart and built mono blue Flibblefit Panharmonicon, which looks fun. And then Adrian Abdul mono white background blink. There's like a background that lets you blink something on your end step. So I'm excited to try those. And then I couldn't resist. The other deck I have is Yarok. And you know me, I love my Panharmonicons. Panharmonicons are like my favorite thing to do in Magic. However, I have also learned, Herd Migration, it gains life, but not enough life. Okay. Well, Fable the Mirror Breaker. Bank Buster. Rafine, hold on to Rafine's Tower. Pass the turd. No Angel. No Angel. No Angel. No Angel. But I bought all the ETB Open and Attraction. Uh-oh. I bought all the ETB Open and Attraction cards. So now I can play Yarok Attractions. Which is going to be interesting to see how that actually goes. See if attractions are, maybe they're actually powerful. I resisted the urge to buy sticker cards, though. I couldn't do that. Oh. Huh. Huh. Okay. Flips. Uh-oh. So we can't activate our Bank Buster? That's a problem. Opponent draws. Please not an angel. Oh, that looks lethal to me. With auto tapper being auto tapped, I'm surprised it didn't just kill you. Yeah, me too. Well, I don't know if these. I feel like if you're gonna play Zur, you gotta play more than one. You can't just play one Zur. Huh? So we wrapped the board multiple times and it just didn't matter. It just didn't matter at all. I miss having the angels. That is my first impression of version 1 of this deck, is angels just so good. Our opponent's the one with the angels, and our opponent was rewarded by winning the game. I mean, we also didn't draw a Cammy War. That's also the problem. Have you heard of the format Forgotten Fish or Dan? I pick up a deck for it. It seems pretty sweet. A little bit. So I heard there's a format called Dan, and Dan I saw was like getting bought out and increasing in price. What is the Dan format? Sounded very weird to me. What are the rules of the Dan format? And we'll go down a Stomper. All right, try it like that. Try it like that. Yeah, angels I think are good. Why no sideboard farewells? There definitely could be. This is... I probably have a sideboard farewell or two. I like farewell a lot, honestly. So wait, how does DNN actually work? I've been thinking about playing Naya Dragons, with the top end being Rith, Liberated Primeval, and it tries to stay alive with a lot of cheap mass burn spells. Ooh, that sounds fun. It's an 80 card deck that both players share and also share a graveyard. Is the format fun? Like, have you enjoyed it? Have you actually got to play it? About it. Oh, you brought Dan in to take to Vegas? Ooh, maybe I'll get a chance to try it in Vegas. That would be fun. Do we want to leyline binding this? Yeah, probably not worth it. All right. About it. Sure. Passes. Planes. Fable of the Mirror Broken. Pass the turn. Opponent. Yeah. I mean, that would be the reason to kill it, but I don't think it's worth it. Gonna blitz. What is going on over there? Riveteer's Requisitioner. The opponent blitzes, gets a treasure. Well, discard. Oh, no. Oh, that's not great. Well, land go. Hey, that's a lot of lands. All right, Elspeth. Sure. Opponent. Ticking down. It's a wedding announcement. So, get back the Green Widow. Step 1. Opponent gets a dork. Sure. We flip the Saga. Leyline binding. Get rid of the wedding announcement. Play the land. Spider the Elspeth. Well, that could have went worse. We kind of got through the Elspeth with only spending 1 card, which is good. Pass the turn. Reflection doesn't seem that great in this deck. Like, I mean, it's a very powerful card, but we don't have anything that's good to use with it. Hey, what's up, TZ Easy? After this match, we're gonna talk about the Phyrexia leak. So, if you're someone who tries to avoid such topics, I'll give you a fair warning. But this is one of my favorite standards in a long time. I think this is one of the so there is one downside, which is there are a ton of black decks. That is true. Many black decks. Oh, play Green Widow. Play the land. Leyline Binding. Get rid of the Fable. But I have enjoyed this standard more than most standards, I will say. Get in there, Spider Beatdown. About it. Blocks. Takes a beating. Maybe the Reflection's fine. We don't have great things to copy. I mean, what do y'all think of this standard? Do you not like it because you play against black decks all the time? Or the thing I like about it is you play some really interesting games of Magic. That has been my experience, is you play really interesting, long, intricate games. Well, all right, Leyline Binding. Get rid of the Paragon. Topiary Stomper. Grab an island. Copy the Stopper. Grab a, doesn't really matter, mountain. Smack ya. Opponent takes it down to 6. They got 1 card. They can kill our Reflection with the Blood Tithe Harvester, which they will, but they're still facing down lethal unless they have some. This is one way better than game 1. About it. You know what I wish we had is Silver Scrutiny. Oh, the sleeves are so sweet. So someone, shout out to unnamed Twitter person who sent me the code, but someone bought the secret layer drop, featuring this art. Oh man, I forget the artist's name. The art's awesome though, and oh wow, what a draw for our opponent. What a draw. Okay, opponent staying alive. Unfortunately, it is the Metal Gear artist. I don't remember the name of the Metal Gear artist, but it is the same artist. Ooh, drag to the bottom. No, go to combat, do some attacking. Opponent blocks. Drops to 1. Gets a treasure. Goes back up to 3. Oh, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Draws. Only has lands in the graveyard. But yeah, so huge shout out to the person. Ah, that's it. Yoji Shinkawa. The art looks so good. And you actually get all of them. Ooh, passing. All right. Well, Spider returns. Destroy evil. Make it die. Oh, I got him. Seth doesn't believe in fluids on his cereal. That is true. What cereal does one eat with no milk? All of it? Wait, Dragon Archmage. Do you really put milk on your cereal? Interesting. Who does that? I eat granola without milk. Okay, granola without milk, I can get behind that too. Try your cereal without milk though. It's so much better. I mean, yeah, it's kind of a real question. Everybody put milk. I mean, I know that's not true by personal experience. I can testify that that is a lie. What do we want against this deck? I mean, I don't like eating things in things or on things too much. Like, okay, tell me which of these is weirder, or maybe you can get behind this too. So, no milk on cereal. We've covered that. You can't go there. No sausage on, like, if you get a sub, like you get a turkey sub or a ham sub or something like that. No, you can't have any sauces. No. Like mayo. Oh my goodness. Why would you ruin a perfectly good sub with mayo or Italian dressing? Fluids. You don't want fluids on your sub. You don't want to make it soggy. You can't make soggy cereal, soggy. I don't know why so many people like soggy foods. I think that's a TLDR. Y'all and your soggy food eating. Burgers get ketchup. But other than that, dry sandwich. I mean, the ideal sandwich is, yeah, like meat, cheese, and lettuce. No sausage. No sausage, no sauces. Oh, we finally got a Zerr. Yeah, so things dry sand. Is that really that weird? What is weirder? No milk on cereal or no fluids on sandwiches. Oh, it's delicious. I don't understand why everyone likes their stuff soggy. I mean, the funny thing is I do actually like milk. Milk is delicious. A cup of milk and a bowl of cereal, not connected, that's great. But if you pour the cup of milk into the bowl of cereal, that's where everything starts to fall apart. Well, let's play Spar Headquarters. Pass the turn. So annoying a Peacekeeper is kind of annoying. Oh, God. Annoying Peacekeeper. Well, I assume our opponent's going to name Drag to the bottom, because if we ever draw the land for it, it's going to get him. We can run out Zerr, but it's not doing much. I guess I could double tax Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but opponent names Drag to the bottom, plays a tablet, gets and hits us. Okay, play the land. I guess we just play Green Widow. Come on, land. Come on, land. Untap, please. Do you prefer your food separate on the plate? Yeah, for the most part. For the most part, if you're, I mean, you don't want it mixed together. It's better if it doesn't touch. You don't want your, your potatoes mixed in with your turkey, mixed in. I guess Thanksgiving's coming up. You don't want that stuff all mixed together. About it. Discarding. Plays a land. Oh my God, that's a swamp. All right, so our opponent's life is almost over. Wait, 1, 2. Our opponent's life can be over now. Well, let's attack him. I assume this is the concession. Opponent has 0 cards in hand. We are going to drag them into oblivion. Yeah, drag to the bottom. Out of your deck, opponent. Done? Are we done? We're done. Apparently we just win no matter what we're doing. We talk about the right way to eat food. All I'm saying is try it. It's like Heathen Archive. I got an email this week from someone that said, I used to think that Heathen Archive was bad. Or maybe it was a YouTube comment actually, but I used to think that the Heathen Archive was bad because of Tomer. In Tomer's, horrible Heathen Archive advice. But I used to think it was bad. And then, because of Seth, I put it in a deck, and it has never let me down in 2 years. So all I'm saying is, maybe give milk. I was right on Heathen Archive, according to random YouTube commenter. So maybe I'm right about cereal, too. How do you know? I think, you grow up, you put milk on your cereal because everyone else does it. And then you just keep doing it. You never experience the joy of dry cereal. Same with like mayonnaise on your sub. Everyone does it. You don't want to be the one kid at school who asks for no mayonnaise on their sub because they're gonna make fun of you. So now you feel like you got to do it, and that's your life. You never know what could have been. You never know what could have been. The actual trick is not eating cereal. Yeah, I don't really eat cereal much anymore, honestly. I actually don't know when the last time I ate cereal was. It's been a long time. But when I do eat cereal, that's how I eat it. I ate cereal a lot when I tried to go vegetarian at one point. I went vegetarian, only ate cereal for a month because I realized I don't really like vegetables. So I was like the absolute worst vegetarian of all time. Ate dry cereal for a month and then gave up and went back to eating meat. That was my month of trying to go vegetarian. When you do a meal, do you eat the food all at one time, like fries then chicken? Oh no, you gotta go back and forth. But yeah, no, I don't have any specific order for eating food. Do I use salad dressing? No. Dressing on your salad? That's like milk on your cereal. You just don't do it. You just don't do it. Oh, pass the turn. Spaghetti with sauce is good. So the sauce goes on the spaghetti. I'm not a, some weirdo. I put sauce on my spaghetti. Come on now. Who do you think I am? Oh, draw a card. But yeah, for some reason there is a spaghetti exception when it comes to foods on things, sauces on things. And I guess a ketchup exception when it comes to like burgers or if you eat a hot dog. Ketchup going on that is a necessity. Steak with pepper sauce. I don't use steak sauce, so probably not. I don't think I've ever had pineapple on pizza. Come on now. Come on now. I think you know the answer to that. I think you already know. But yes, no, that's not even, I don't even consider that pizza, honestly. Friendito and Kawazuex, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. I still don't really believe that people like pizza with pineapple or with anchovies. Now that y'all made me eat anchovies on that charity stream, I still am not fully convinced that that's an actual thing people do, and that that it's not some like grand trolling conspiracy where y'all got together before the stream and we're like, we're gonna tell Seth that we love this. You know what'll be funny? Let's all tell him that we love anchovies. That'll get him. I still think that might be the most likely possibility, rather than people actually legitimately liking it. Oh, ketchup on pizza. I like ketchup. I like pizza, but I would not eat those together. Also, I guess we shouldn't do this in response to Invoke, right? That'd probably be unwise. All right, so opponent gets to draw a bunch of cards. I did know someone that would have ketchup on their eggs. I am not a ketchup on eggs person, but I can't remember who it was. Maybe my uncle or something. Is ketchup on eggs frowned upon? Is that a thing you're not supposed to do? About it. Well, we didn't hit an untap land, but that's okay. We get to crew the Bank Buster. Smack our opponent around a bit. Hit him. Jumper. Blue. Blue, red. White, black. Oh, I guess we have We have everything. In that case, take a green source. Bankbuster 2. Proving Grounds. I mean, I think we're in pretty good shape here. My wife is a ketchup on eggs person, so now our son is too. I personally prefer, ooh, hot sauce on eggs. Ooh, ketchup on eggs was a must in the military. Okay, so that's not considered, that's not considered weird then. Charity food stream. I mean, oh, wow, that's a blowout. I mean, we did the pizza stream and it was a success. So I think another charity food stream could be a good idea in the future. What about, oh, what was the other one? Okay, so you're making, let's say you're making eggs for dinner. Oh man, now I'm getting distracted. What about breakfast for dinner? For my money, breakfast is by far the best meal. Like not even especially close. I think it's just like far and away the best meal. Eggs are great. Pancakes are great. Waffles. Like basically, I don't know if you can name a breakfast food that I don't like. They're pretty much just like all S tier. So eating breakfast for all 3 meals, that's fine, right? Yeah, time isn't even real. Who what is time? Oh, hash brown and bacons, blood pudding. I don't know what that is, but I assume I would not like it. Oatmeal's okay. Oatmeal's not my favorite, but it's not horrible. Is Seth wrong about milk? 79% yes. Come on, chat. Come on. I thought we were friends. Chat. Now I'm very disappointed. Found it. Cycles Ravines Tower. Well, we're going to do some meing. Get rid of this wedding announcement. I guess we play a land. Pass the turn. So you're making some eggs for dinner, which we already established is the right time to eat some eggs. So you're making some eggs. You crack them. Come on with these farewells, opponent. I gotta say I'm not impressed with these drag to the bottoms. If these were real cards, 1, 2. If these were real, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If these were real cards, who knows where we'd be right now. But maybe, oh, I mean, I guess this is trying to be the control build, so I guess it makes sense, but not impressed. I want things that draw me cards, I think. Bonus, Sorin. So what do you do with the egg after you crack them? There was a big conversation about this recently on Magic Twitter, or a while ago on Magic Twitter. Are you a throw the egg away person? Or are you put the egg back in the egg container, the carton person? About it, Liliana. At least we're gonna get some value out of these drag to the bottoms. Opponent. Discards a land. Passes. Ooh, all right. Cammy War number 2. Get rid of the Liliana. Can we stop farewelling? How many farewells can this deck possibly be playing? About it, Cycles Ravines Tower. Wait, you mostly throw them away? Oh, compost. Okay. I mean, you can always throw them away after. Put them in the pan. I don't think you want to put eggs in the pan. Or the eggshells in the pan. That's probably not healthy. All right. No, we will not pick up this Leyline Binding. Opponent discards a land. I mean, I guess we go for it. Do we? Maybe Fable. I mean, all right, whatever. We're going for it. Herd Migration. Just the shells. You crack the shell. Do you put them back in the carton that the eggs came out of? Or do you actually put them in the trash? I usually crack them close to the bin so I can toss them. Liliana. I'm definitely a more of a put them back in the carton person. All right, opponent trying to slog through. our beasts. Wedding announcement. Sure, that's fine. Cabby War flipping. Topiary stopper, turn it around. Go to combat. Everything at our... Actually, do we care about Liliana? I guess we do. If our opponent wraths, we do need the Liliana to die. They could hit another farewell, and if they farewell and have the Liliana, we get wrecked. Liliana down.
I'll be back.
Fable of the Mirror Breaker. No farewell. We've survived 2 farewells. I don't know if we can survive the 3rd. Opponent, last card. Fateful Absence. Gets rid of the Cabby War. That's a redraw at least. Opponent untaps. Please don't be a farewell. It's just a land. That is fine. Crack the clue. We don't quite have lethal, but almost. Ooh. Discard, discard. Draw a couple cards. Oh my god, that's a Zur. Play the Zur. That should be lethal. That should be lethal. Zur. Fire up this Leyline Binding. No fear. Go to combat. Attack you. I guess it's not lethal because we didn't have another white source, but close. Opponent. Blocks. Drops to 2. Bankbuster. Pass the turn. No farewells. No farewells. Ah! No farewells. Got him. Got him. Got him. Kringelmeister. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was a good Zur. That was a really good Zur. And now we know our opponent's playing all the farewells in the world. All the farewells, which I guess means we need some counters to stop the farewells. Finally get to go down these drag to the bottoms. Have we not lost today? Do you think it's my my unique taste in foods that that makes us not lose today? Is there a correlation between our win streak and not having milk on cereal? Unless I'm hard boiling them, I don't usually put them in the carton. With pets, I don't like throwing them in the trash. That Bear could probably. Oh, Bear loves eggs. Yeah, Bear. That's one of the healthy things that Bear eats. Bear loves, the other thing a bear loves, oh my god, he loves apples. The place that we walk, there's a bunch of apple trees. So all through the last month or two, they're not picked or anything. They're just like whatever crab apple trees. They don't use them for anything. So they're just falling on the ground. So there's all these apples, and I'll throw apples and Bear will sometimes go and get them. Sometimes he looks at me like, seriously, dude? But he will occasionally go and get them. But what he really loves is just eating the apples. I swear that there are days where he will eat probably like a dozen apples in like 10 minutes. He eats, he's so big, he eats them in 2 bites. He'll just get an apple in his mouth, chomp it in half, swallow half, get the other half, swallow that half. And he'll sometimes, I swear, there have been times when he eats so many apples that he comes home from our walk and then just ends up puking up a bunch of apples because he must have just overdone it with his apple eating ability. But yeah, that's Bear. That is Bear for you. I do love that puppy though. I'd love to see the Goldfish crew having dinner together in Vegas. Can only imagine the commentary from Tomer and Krim about your strange food choices. Would like and word choices like fluids. I mean, in my defense, last time we went to Vegas, I think I've told this story a couple of times before, but last time we were in Vegas, I can't remember who really wanted to go to like a fancy Vegas buffet, but they talked Richard into taking us out to a fancy Vegas buffet and having Goldfish pay for it. So we went to this fancy buffet where you had to wait in line forever and do all that stuff. We get to the buffet, and I swear, like, Krim was just as bad as me. Digging through this, like, 5-room long food from every imaginable country in the world. But digging through it to find like the pizza and the French fries. So I don't think Krim can say much. I don't think Krim can say much about my eating habits. Tomer Tomer might be able to say something. I think Tomer has sophisticated food tastes. I think Tomer can knows good food and enjoys good food, at least more than I do. But and Richard, I think Richard knows good food, but Richard is also very much like, oh, let's, I don't know, whatever. See if we can DoorDash a burger or something. So Richard can go either way. I'm excited for the next edition of the Fishbowl. I just hit the list, submitted some more. Ooh, awesome, Alexander. You should send me the updates again. Yeah, let's Fable, I think. I mean, I expect that this is heading towards our opponent farewelling. Tomer's a sophisticated Canadian. Indeed. Tomer and his maple syrup. Now, discard the Green Widow. Yeah, we'll just discard that. That's fine. Apply the land. Go to combat. Attack the Sorin. Attack our opponent. Oh, that's probably too greedy. I feel like there's a 99% chance we're about to get farewelled. I think it is. It's one of those things that's almost certainly happening this turn. Well, your go about it. Farewell away. Farewell away. Yeah, Richard. Oh, Richard was so. I mean, I don't know if he's pissed, but Richard was disappointed, I think, that we went to this super fancy buffet, and then probably would have been just as happy if we had went to, like, I don't know, some sort of combo Pizza Hut / Taco Bell or something. Well, there goes our board. Discard the Herd Migration. We have 1,000,000 Jetmir's Gardens. No black. Get a swamp. This is such bad value. But I think we run it out. The worst Kami War ever. But this hopefully sets us up to Zur next turn, and it also makes it hard for our opponent to play Sorin without it just getting bounced. Oh god. Just kidding. Oh, Invoke Despair. Invoke Despair. What place do you recommend? I'm going to Magic 30, doing Hell's Kitchen, but need more places. Oh, you don't want my food recommendations. I'm the no milk on cereal guy. I'm the last person. I'm the last person you want advice from. We went. What did we do? We went. So we did the buffet. We did a Gordon Ramsay fish and chips place, and I will say the chips were good. Fish, I'm not a seafood person, but the chips were pretty good. Yeah, this one's looking bad. I think we have finally amended our match. So I will say Zur is sweet, although we've kind of met our match just because our opponent's playing 1,000,000 Farewells. Farewell's like the most busted card that no one plays for some reason. But Farewell is like, it's so good. It's so good. Also dry sandwiches, yeah. No sauce on those. Drop it. So yeah, you don't want my food advice. But chat might have some good. Oh, all right. Yeah, got it. Chat might have some good advice though. Chat, if you've been to Vegas or live in Vegas or even just have some ideas about Vegas, we have all the counters too. We brought in all the counters and we just cannot find them. I guess Leyline Binding's a little sketchy. So we gotta assume that our opponent's planning on wrathing the board. That seems to be our opponent's plan. Wrath the board. So I think we try to minimize things that have to sit on the board to be good. So what would you recommend, chat? where would you send people to eat in Vegas? People who are not me and have actual good tasting food. Oh, Waffle House is good. I can get behind some Waffle House. Do I dip my French fries in ketchup? I do, yeah. Ketchup, there's kind of like a mini exception to all these rules for ketchup. I mean, not for everything. I'm not gonna put ketchup on my, turkey sub or in my cereal. But for some reason, like burgers, French fries, things like that, ketchup on those is all very good. But I will say, like, have you seen people, some people will take in like, just kind of, like you get a thing of fries and you just kind of take and squirt a bunch of ketchup on them and then dig out the fries. No, because then same thing, they end up getting soggy, and you don't want soggy fries. Not worth it. So more of a dipper than a, spray ketchup all over. Have I ever foraged for mushrooms? I haven't. Am I a truffle hunting pig? I'm not aware of that. I guess it's possible that I am and just don't know it, but no, as far as I know, I'm not a truffle hunting pig. Do you not milk on soggy? Yes, it's mostly about sogginess. Most of these rules have to do with things getting soggy. You put the sauces on your sub and your bread gets soggy. You put the milk on your cereal and it gets soggy. Seth, you just never get over the toddler texture food aversion, but that's okay. To each their own. Well, we'll take it. I mean, it doesn't bother me at this point. It's just kind of, that's how I like to eat. It's normal to me, so whatever. I mean, I guess we're taking invokes. Or maybe we take this. The opponent has multiple removal spells. They play the Sorin. I'll take an invoke. So I think we got to take an invoke and try to play through the Sorin, because we can't counter the Sorin, or we don't want to counter the Sorin. We want to counter the invokes. So opponent Fateful Absences. So now they get to Sorin start ticking up. Yep. We need one more land to turn on the Stomper.
For the sake of all innocence, my will must be obeyed.
Oh, opponent hits Duress. That's bad. Well, play Bank Buster. Play the tap land. Oh, yeah, pass the turn. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. We need to hope our opponent never hits lands. Opponent takes up. No land. Not a land. Not a land. Wandering Emperor.
My ways are
okay. Opponent. Pass is interesting. So opponent's going to go with Wandering Emperor. Okay, this is good for us. No. This is good for us, I think. We get to draw with Bank Buster. Step 1. If we get a land... Ooh, a negate. That's pretty good. Oh, I hate sushi. I don't think I've ever had really good sushi, though. But the sushi that I have tried, I do not like. But I don't really like any seafood. I'm just not a seafood eater in general. So they're gonna Wandering Emperor. Oh, we don't want to be shields down. We'd rather just hit the land here, but we also don't want the Sorin to live. All right, draw a card. Can we just draw land, please? Oh, Well, okay, land binding. Not exactly a land, but we'll take it. Yeah, pass the turd. Maybe we should just play the Stomper. We're both in a weird place now where we're not drawing lands. Opponent, Wandering Emperor. Disdainful Stroke it. Opponent untaps. Picks up the Sorin. Do they find the land? They're actually thinking. It's not a land or they wouldn't be thinking. I don't like either Saffron or Olives. Another Sorin.
You wish to know my secrets? Very well.
And Duresses. Okay, so I assume this takes a negate. This is going to be interesting. The mana's through battle. I mean, we can't really let this Sorin ultimate, right? 13 damages. That's a lot. Opponent gonna pass. Well, draw a card. It's a land. Little late, but it is a land. Shadow Prophecy. Play the land. Go to combat. Attack the Sorin, I think. About it. Let's it go.
Get out of my way.
So they can't farewell yet. Man, play a Stomper. Get a land. Thin the deck. If we get far enough ahead. Interesting choice. Okay. Well, I mean, get our last card. Get the token. Opponent exiles a Bank Buster. Top Aries. They don't have the mana to... Ooh. Should we just be should we just be binding this Sorin and hoping for the best? Oh, grab a land. Oh, I don't know if we should be doing it or not. Why not get the Kami War going? Well, we know they have Invoke and Farewell. So it's just not likely enough to stick around. Opponent takes up looking for the land. I guess that's also a reason not to run out the Leyline Binding yet. I mean, opponents... Oh, takes a Duress. Down to 12.
Call for dire tactics.
And... runs out of Bank Buster. We might win the Mana Screw War. AJK Mark for the 36-month, 3-year resub. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Opponent. Oh, opponent cannot hit the land drops. Cannot hit the land drops. So we go to combat. Everything at our opponent. Hit him. Down to 3. Kami War. Get rid of the Sorin. Zeator's Proving Grounds. Go. And that should be game. They can't farewell. Invoke doesn't do it. They hit the land. It's too late. It's too late. And that should be another win. Turk of Fits. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup over here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Does Richard do full-time Goldfish things? Yeah, Richard does all the back-end stuff and all the ownery stuff. Okay. Sure. Duress away, friend. No, the league discussion's coming up next. This has been a long match. So, if you are someone who does not want to see potential leaked cards, fair warning that we're going to talk about the Phyrexia leaks after this match. I'll take Disdainful Stroke, take a Cammy War. I mean, none of this stuff should really matter because we should just be winning now, but bounce your Bank Buster. Opponent discards. Opponent's not a, they're not a scooper. They're a stick it outer. Wandering Emperor. Disdainful Stroke it. Oh, kill ya! And the undefeated streak continues. The undefeated streak continues. Okay. It is leak time. It is leak time. So, again, if you don't want to see potential leaks, which not confirmed, who knows? Maybe they're real, maybe they're not. You know, do the plug your ears thing. Avert your eyes. It won't be long, and then you can tune back in. So we already talked about this Elish Norn. 100% fake, no doubt about it, 1,000,000% fake. But that's not the leak in question. There are these cards that got posted a few days ago. These ones, to me, look like they could actually be legitimate. These are, I mean, they're a unique treatment that we haven't seen before. It's new art that we haven't seen before. So to me, it seems pretty likely that these cards could very well be real. So Throbbing Bird reprint, we already know it. Hit you get to Proliferate. That means Proliferate coming back to stand. And this is, again, I would put myself at like 98%. I think they're real. Like, there's always a chance that they're not real, but I think it's pretty likely that they're real. So Thrumming Bird / Proliferate returning. Furnace Punisher, 3 mana, 3/3 menace Phyrexian Warrior. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, it deals 2 damage to that player unless they control 2 or more basic lands. Kind of interesting punishment for decks that go super heavy non-basic. 3 mana, 3/3 menace. Good enough stats. I don't know if it's good enough for like Modern or Legacy, but it would be good against our deck. Like, we're playing very few. If you look at our deck we're playing here, like, I mean, I guess that's actually not true. Because we're playing Herd Migration, we actually have more basics than most, but a lot of my 3-color decks are playing like a basic, 2 basics. So it's pretty realistic that's going to deal a lot of damage. So a good mono red card in standard. Quicksilver Fisher, 5 mana, 4/3 Phyrexian Drake, flying one of ETBs, loot, okay, whatever. Limited card. Subblade Scamp, 1 mana, 1/1 haste. Phyrexian Beast, when you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on it. I believe this is a Phyrexian mana symbol. Tap Phyrexian mana. Actually, no. I guess that's just tap with this new Phyrexia symbol on top of it. Remove an oil counter from it. Deals 1 damage to each opponent. I mean, maybe it's okay. The haste does help. There's a couple cards over here that we can't see. Toxic. I don't know if we got a Toxic card. Toxic is, my guess is Toxic is, oh, I guess there's an actual Toxic card coming up down here. Mirror Converter, Toxic 1. Tap, pay 2, and 1 mana of any color. My guess it's in fact, it's the return of actual Infect, the OG Infect. That would be my guess, is it's like poison. Like how the old Infect creatures had, like, whatever, Poisonous 1, Poisonous 2, and that's how many Infect counters your opponent would get. I think that it's gotta be that. Maybe with some sort of a twist, but the card itself, 2 mana 2/2 artifact, or 2 mana 2/1 artifact mirror, Toxic 1, tap, pay 2 life, add 1 mana of any color. Not bad. 2 mana Mana Dork that maybe has Infect if it is actually Infect. I don't know if it's really a constructed card. 2 life to add the mana. That is a little painful compared to past mirrors. And then Sinew Dancer, we know that Poison's got to be coming back because this actually refers to it. 1 mana 1/1 Phyrexian Soldier. Pay 4, tap a creature, tap it to tap a creature, or Corrupted. Pay 1, tap it, tap a creature. Activate this only if an opponent has 3 or more poison counters. So the interesting part about this card is we haven't really seen cards that care about the number of poison counters your opponent has. So, like, normally poison is very all or nothing, and I love what they're trying to do with this mechanic, if it's working the way that we think, because what you see with poison is either, or infect rather, is either you are an infect deck and your goal is to get your opponent 10 poison counters with infect, or you're not an infect deck, and then you have zero reason to ever play an infect card. Because infect and non-infect, they don't mix. Like, you don't want to be dealing normal damage and then also be dealing poison damage, because you're kind of trying to kill your opponent twice. So your normal deck will never play poison stuff. Your poison deck will never play non-poison stuff. But this corrupt mechanic, if it actually works, it's a reward, it seems like, for giving your opponent 3 poison counters. So this is kind of a reason to, I don't know, build a like sort of infect deck, or if our infect is toxic, it's a reason that this gets a little bit better. Like, normally a 2-mana 2/1, whatever, you hit your opponent a little bit, sure, you get in a few poison counters with toxic if that is what it does, sure, but if you're also turning on this corrupted mechanic, that's gonna make it a lot more interesting and a lot better. So I don't know, that was how I wanted to see them bring poison back. I talked about it before. I don't like infect. I think infect is just it's a horrible mechanic. I think it's a horrible mechanic. But I think poison, assuming toxic is similar to old poisonous, I think that's the right way to do it. You're not going to get one shot by someone with pump spells or whatever. You can pump this to 1,000,000 power and you're still going to get 1 poison counter, assuming that is what it does. So, and I also really like the art. Like, those are just some really sweet looking Magic cards. They're oily and black and white, and the new Phyrexia symbol shimmering through the foil. I think they look spectacular, so I'm even more hyped for this set. I'm more hyped for this set. We haven't really seen anything. Really, you don't like the foil treatment. You don't like it. I'm surprised. What do you not like about it? Because all right, let's try at least a couple games with V3 of Cammy War. So far, it hasn't mattered. The takeaway is, no matter which version we play, we just win, apparently. Was listening to the Goldfish podcast yesterday while learning to play Sweet Jane on the guitar. When you mentioned Velvet Underground and Cast, was a neat coincidence. Wanted to share. What are the odds? Oh, that's awesome. How goes the guitar learning? They look very Yu-Gi-Oh. See, I don't really play Yu-Gi-Oh or know Yu-Gi-Oh, so I don't have that association. Like, I don't see it and think, oh, it looks Yu-Gi-Oh. I think, oh, that looks kind of cool. I'm surprised. I liked it. But it seems like overall people are kind of meh about the foiling. I will say, do remember, like, this is a leak picture from one angle. My guess, did you see the Infinity foils where, like, the lands, if you move them, the foiling kind of shoots through in certain spots, and it kind of actually looks like stars in the sky or whatever. Like, I thought it was really well done. My guess is that's how the new Phyrexia symbols are. The Phyrexian symbol is, like, at the right angle, you can see them shining through, but you probably aren't going to see them super obviously shining through all the time. So that would be my guess, is it's partly just the angle that the picture was at, but we'll see. Yeah, the Galaxy foils look, oh my god, so good. So good. Like, over the top, amazing, awesome good. I'm used to being disappointed by Wizards foils, but those ones, wow, blew me away. It is true that those leaks, if anything, I was thinking the photo quality was maybe a little bit too good, and that was a vote against them. We could read the card names. That's usually the sign of a fake. Not potatoey enough. Oh, by the way, yeah, the Great Destroyer. I will say, in Wizards, well, Daybreak's defense, they did announce a couple days ago that today's the day that they're, like, migrating servers, so that you would have to uninstall the client and reinstall the client. So it was announced, like, on social media, but they probably could have done a better job of announcing in the client or whatever. Fable of the Mia Breaker. All right, yeah. Well, okay, we're gonna go for it, I think. So if they counter this, then at least we get to get down Sheoldred and punish our opponent for having it. All right, there's the Make Disappear. Play the land. Play Shieldred. Play Loam Speaker. Pass the turn. Dirty, dirty Shieldred. I like how right now we're like, yeah, standard seems super fun and not broken at all. And then the next has an artifact set, and the set seems to be getting poison stuff. And some of the two are most likely to break standard stuff I can think of. That is true. Wow, opponent.
One of your friends has to leave.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Well, we might be in trouble. We might be in trouble. The double removal spell into counter spell. Really nice for our opponent. Have we finally found the build of Cammy War that can't win? Is this the standard challenge list from Sunday? Maybe one of them was. We've played. This is the third build of Cammy War we've played today. One of them, I believe, was the standard challenge one. Well, I mean. Cammy War can pay for a make disappear. Oh no! Urtai too. Okay, we draw. Even more lands. Well, pass the turn. Not good, not good. We finally found the loser. About it. Is there currently anything in Modern or Pauper you think should be banned? Well, I'm glad we got rid of Yarion. Didn't want to cast Migration last turn. I've been trying to play around. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this one looks pretty over. I think they did it. I think they did. So we get to Herd Migration, but I don't think Herd Migration actually does anything, especially since they can tutor up an answer. About it. So I think we're just dead. Takes up the Liliana. Alright. Oh, that's interesting. That might change things. Herd Migration. Leyline Binding. Get rid of the cruelty of Gix. Play the land. All right. I mean, that is as good as we could hope for. Sorin joins the party. Ooh, yeah, about it. Takes down, gets rid of a beast, loses her Liliana. Sure. Can we draw a good card? Can we draw a good card? Takes up Sorin, gets a land.
My ways are not for the weak.
Opponent's got 1,000,000 treasures, plays the land. Oh, cycle is Jetmir's Gardens. Not good enough. Not good enough. Well, Bankbuster's better than nothing. I'll go to combat. Three at Sorin. Opponent's gonna copy. Opponent's gonna chump. Opponent's gonna try to keep their Sorin alive. Blocks. Blocks. Okay. Sorin down to 2. I mean, maybe we're kind of sort of back in this if we can draw something. Oh, whoa. Last card, a Braid. Oh. Oh. Oh, oh. Okay. Cammy. Cammy, Cammy. Do you think they'll ever make Pauper an evergreen format on Arena? I'd be surprised.
Blood for knowledge.
I don't want to say there's no chance, but I think it's relatively unlikely. Well. Go to combat. Everything at Sorin. See how our opponent blocks here. If they do this in triple block, then we just Cammy War away the Sorin. If they let Sorin go, then we get to get rid of the reflection. Oh. Okay, opponent's gonna give up on the Sorin. Well, this is fine. Because now Cammy War comes down. Gets rid of Reflections of Kiki Jiki. The token goes away. Opponent gets to loot, but we got the Cammy. Motherfucker! Staying alive, staying alive. The dream is alive. Motherfucker, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big scoop cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. About it. Desperation cycle. Trying to find something. Scared of the Cammy. Oh, it's goofing up. It's good. No matter how grim it looks, we just keep winning. So do I think anything needs to be banned in? Wait, what was the question? Pauper or Modern? Okay, so as far as Pauper coming to Magic Arena, I think it has two things working against it. One is, I'm not sure how popular it is. Two is, I don't know if Wizards would want to heavily support a format that doesn't force players to buy high-end wild cards. Maybe that's a little sad. Maybe that's a little cynical, but that's how I kind of view it is. I just don't think Wizards would go heavy into a format that doesn't require more of an investment. So that would be my concern for Pauper on Arena is, remember, beneath everything else, the goal of Arena is to separate us from our money. That is the first and second and third and fourth goal. And then the fifth goal might be to have it be fun, because if it's fun, we're more likely to give them our money. But that is the truth. That is how business works. That is capitalism, including on Magic Arena and including with Wizards. That's the system. So that would be why I would be skeptical, is I just don't think Wizards wants you to invest in a format that is all commons and uncommons. Artisan, maybe that might be a better shot. As far as bannings, I haven't played enough Pauper recently. Oh no, they definitely have had Pauper events. They've definitely had Pauper events, but I don't think they're going to add a evergreen Pauper queue. I think they'll have Pauper events, do a special, midweek Magic event, a weekend event. I think we'll see stuff like that for sure. So it's not like they're never going to do anything with Pauper. But as far as like, here's Pauper ranked, or here's an evergreen queue, I think we got maybe lucky, or a little lucky, that we got them to put Historic Brawl on there. They were pretty hesitant to even put Historic Brawl on there. So yeah, as far as bannings, I haven't played enough full Pauper recently to really be able to make a good argument about what should and shouldn't be banned. Oh, is this wasteful? Probably, but we're gonna do it. We could wait and try to unleash the Inferno and get them both that way, but we'll just snag it, get rid of it. Play another tap land. Definitely leaving up Disdainful Stroke this turn. This is a 4-drop turn. This is where a Sorin could come down, and we don't want that to happen. Pauper Unmailed, yes, has a reputation as a format that people asked for a while, but was added to the calendar. Players rarely showed up. All right, more Bank Busters. Okay. I'll play the land. Loam Speaker. At some point, we do want to 2-for-1 away this Bank Buster, but counters are a concern still. Opponent getting frisky, hitting us. Sure. Down to 14. Land. Corpse Appraiser. I'll tap this for red. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Play the Jetmir's Garden. Pass the turn. Taking a beating, but we're not that far away from maybe stabilizing opponent adepts. We'd love our opponent just to tap out and cast something into this Disdainful Stroke that we can actually counter. I think that Modern... I think that Modern... We got rid of Yarion. There's... Oh, I guess we shouldn't have blocked. There still are more things that I think could go, but we just got the Yarion change, so waiting until we see what develops is probably most likely, I would say. Well, discard Loam Speaker. Discard Fable. Oh, draw a bunch of horrible lands. That backfired. Well, play the land and pass the turn. Well, I mean, we did it. It just took way too long. So get the Corpse Appraiser. Get rid of the Bank Buster. But our opponent already maxed it out, so this wasn't even that helpful. Opponent. Yeah, we're pretty far behind this time. Although, so far, we've been doing a good job of catching up with this deck. Opponent, Corpse Appraises, gets it, hits us. Do you think banning Companion makes more sense than banning Yarion? Oh, so many Corpse Appraisers. So many Corpse Appraisers. Oh, jeez. Well, this is a very good... Corpse Appraiser is a good card. Good draw for our opponent's deck. All the card draw. Wow, doesn't take the Fable. That means they hit something super good. We draw land. We flip the Saga. Well, I guess it's time to get our Thragtusk countered. Oh, okay. Well, if they're trying to counter it with Urtai, we can actually resolve the Thragtusk somehow. Oh, I wish we had an extra mana to copy it. That would be even... Oh, that would be potentially game swinging. All right, the shields are down, opponent. The shields are down. Do your worst, opponent. There's the Afraid. Kills our Kiki. Blood Tithe Harvester again. Opponent Pat. Ooh, we get an Urtai. That's interesting. All right, well, pass the turn. Opponent Adepts. Yeah, I would, if I had my choice, I would ban Companion. I think that was the right move a long time ago. I mean, the right choice was never to print Companion because Wizards knew. They knew. They knew. There's been so many articles. Like, there were articles they had to know. I will not believe that Wizards is just that bad at designing Magic cards. I won't buy it. I think they had to know that it was risky and that it was going to be potentially problematic. And they decided that it was worth it anyway. And it wasn't worth it anyway. At this point, I think, though... I think if they were going to ban all of them, they should have done it back when they errated the mechanic. At this point, maybe it's not worth it. Like, I would still support it. If they came out and said, we're banning all companions, it was a mistake. Or even if they didn't say it was a mistake, just said we're banning all companions, I would still support that move. However, at this point, with Yarion gone, and with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we just wait another turn. With Yarion gone, with Luris gone, I feel like maybe enough of the egregious ones are banned that... All right, opponent's turn. Enough of the egregious ones are banned that they're not going to be a huge problem in real formats. Oh, Unleash the Inferno off our deck. Yeah, Evelyn's a card. The old lady coming through. Blood Tithe Harvester gets a blood. Exiles some... Oh, Leyline Binding too. Wait, can they cast them at instant speed? Because this each turn or your turn? Once each turn. Oh, God. Oh, that's so insane. Yep. Yep. Oh, our deck is coming coming back to haunt us. Hey, what's up, Bluebird? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome. That's not helpful. Well, War. Got another counter? All right. All right. All right. It all comes down to this. Do we go through our entire stream undefeated, or does it fizzle in our very last match with our very last build of the deck? That's the question. Oh, we're about to find out. We're about to find out. So we're on the play, which is nice. I guess we run it like that. Run it like that. Can we go undefeated for the whole stream? Didn't you play Evelyn as your commander? Yeah, Evelyn's one of my favorite. I think Evelyn is my favorite vampire commander. All right. No duress on turn 1, please. So we can get down the Bank Buster, start drawing cards. All right, get down the Bank Buster. Our mana's super clunky, but hopefully Bank Buster fixes that. No Abrades, please, on turn 2. All right, Blood Tithe Harvester. That's not an Abrade. Yeah, there might be an argument to... going with Terra Sunder over Leyline Binding. Although I don't think our opponent's deck is all that good at killing enchantments. Well, Bank Buster. And opponent has the Abrade. Do we hit a land, please? No, not even close. Oh, no. And that is the sound of our dreams dying. Oh no, the undefeated stream. It's not looking good now. It is not looking good at all now. Our 5-color mana base coming back to haunt us about it. Fable of the Mirror Breaker off the top. Hey, what's up, buddy? How are you? That's not a land. Well, okay, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, I'm back. That might find us. Oh, we're so far behind on lands, though. Opponents hit all their land drops. Being so far behind, they're already to the Evelyn part of the game. And the dream's gonna die. The magic gods have forsaken us at the worst possible time. Opponent gets in, hits us to 9. Land passes. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, and then triumphed. Oh, so we still have no real man. Oh. Wow. Oh, yeah, that's game and a half. Pass the turn. Oh, soul crushing. I mean, the triumphs are necessary to make the deck work, but... the Manador's not going to live in this matchup, unfortunately. That's the problem with Llanowar Loam Speaker, is it does die to everything. Well, we'll draw a card, but there's just not a way out at this point. Flip the Saga. We have one white source. So we're missing what? Green? So if we play this... All right. So that makes the Leyline Bindings 1 mana. Pass the turn. I mean, if our opponent's hand is empty, there's some slight chance of good things happening. Runs out an Urtai, so hand is not empty. Yeah, so very likely dead. And these are treasures, so our opponent can still counter. Ugh. They're going to kill our blocker. Is there any possible thing we can do? 2 for 1 and die. Leyline Binding, gain up to 6 and die. Yeah. So we can't crew. This was our end step anyway. So we can't crew. And even if we could, by the time it would die, but it's crew 3 and that's 2. So the options there, I don't think any of them work. Unleash the Inferno, kill Urtai and Reflection, but then we take 5 and die. We can Leyline Binding whatever they target with the Reflection. Maybe that would give us a chance. If we wait until they untap, hope they have nothing in hand, and they Reflection like Blood Tithe Harvester. We Leyline Binding the Blood Tithe Harvester, take 5, but then we can gain 2, so we go to 1? Yeah, I guess that line would have kept us alive for a turn. Right? Maybe. I mean, the downside is if our opponent doesn't Reflection, they just swing, then we die. So we'd be counting on them tapping this Reflection to try to copy something. So maybe that was our chance that we could have got out of it. But yeah, the problem was the mana, missing those land drops. If there's one thing about Domain is you really gotta, it's all about the land. So you really need to hit your lands if it's gonna work. But so what do we learn? I mean, we learned a lot of actually really good and interesting things, which is Cammy War is actually kind of absurd. So we finally lost our very last match, but we played 3 different builds. Chat, what was your favorite build? What was the build that you liked the most? So we started with Archangel, pretty mid-rangey, life-gainy version, I would say, of Cammy War Domain. I think this was my favorite version. We went, 3-0 or 4-0 with this version. I'm kind of addicted to Archangel. I think Archangel's really good. I think it felt very smooth. So I think that this was my favorite version. Then we played the super controlling version, or the most controlling version, with all the drag downs. This one, it felt worse, but we also won all 3, I want to say, matches we played with it. So it actually still functioned really well and still played really well, but it felt much more like a control deck where we were trying to do the control thing and wrath the board. But the Zur was really sweet. I could see adding a Zur to version 1, the first version that we played. And then the last version, we didn't get to play it a ton. But I think this is my least favorite. Not because it's necessarily the worst, but because it's the normalist. This is the one that has Shieldreds, which is just kind of a little bit of a played out card maybe at this point, that we've just seen so many Shieldreds and it's hard to get super hyped about another Shieldred deck. And I guess it's also the one that broke our win streak when we were trying to go all the way through without dying. So anyway, everyone, I think that brings us to the end of our Cammy War stream. So we will be back Thursday. One more stream before the Vegas break. So we'll be back Thursday to have some more fun. In the meantime, reminders. I gotta go pick up Bearby in a minute. So in the meantime, replay YouTube if you missed anything. Normal YouTube. Tomorrow we're melding on Against the Odds, trying to assemble Bruna and Gisela. So definitely check that out. Tons of other stuff on the YouTube. And one more reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/MTG Goldfish. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Y'all are amazing and you're awesome. And I love y'all. I hope you have an amazing night. Thanks for hanging out this afternoon. Have a great Wednesday, and I'll be back Thursday to have some more fun. So until then, everyone, have an amazing day, and I will talk to you soon.